Silent John incremental, another silent instrumental, the nerd rap existential. People compare me to MC Christopher a lot, but the fact is I predicted with significance. I'm the oldest geek rapper by far, save K&R, compiling kernels, open bracket, causing racket. MIT nerds throw your laser pen in the air and wave it all around like you had no repercussions. Now follow instructions, Professor. Why these discussions consist of nothing but incoherent rambling and babbling, but you just still take notes cause you never know what's happening. I'll drop a little nugget, a tidbit if you will. There were 4 United States presidents named Bill. Really? If you run out of hit points, the game will shout.
Your life force is running out.
If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life. If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life. If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life. If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life, yeah. Let me start again, put it on like a cardigan, swinging like my name was Mad Mardigan, which reminds me, Warwick Davis was Willow and a Ewok, Leonard Nimoy was Galvatron and Spock. That ain't typecast, I don't know what is. Talk about predestiny, nobody gets the best of me. I've only played one role my whole lifetime, the nerd lifeline, stream through a wicked pipeline. So no one can buy mine, cause mine is original and I write rhymes to burn on a CD, play in the mini V. Soccer moms yodel back, yodel at little me. I got a sidekick, I gotta stay connected. Watch out for my decom or you'll get infected. You don't wanna be one of my bots, cause I see it all like Saw on the Cyclops. And I won't hesitate to drop your whole net block if you're acting up and you're dumber than a pet rock. I'm about this nerd life, as you can see, spreading like a virus on MP3. Yeah, on MP3. STC. Shoutouts to Vic, Agnostic One, up in Silent John. Yeah. Nerd Life, Graphing Calculator, HP48G. The G is for gangster. Digital shit, yeah. You know how we do.
What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated Tony TGD. Now that was YT Cracker with Doug Dig, and of course I'm being joined by 2 lovely gentlemen. Gary, what's going on, Gary?
What is up, everybody?
And of course, Bad Take Bob. How you doing, Bad Take?
Doing great, thank you.
So we got a huge show, big, really big show. But before we get into that, let me remind you to like the video, share it with your friends, let all the people know that we're live right now. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, do so already, because this is a fantastic place to hang out. With that said, I will let you in on a little secret. We are changing things up just a little bit from here on out. You'll probably notice, if you're a regular, there was no after show posted. Instead, it's something called Gaming with Geeks. Well, what we're going to be doing from now on is, instead of an after show where we just go in and try to figure out some things to talk about and try to make things last, we're actually just going to have one of us play a game while the rest of us hang out and talk and chat. Sort of like when I did the live stream the other day. That was like a test run of what we're going to be doing from here on out. Now, we will be inviting specific people to come on, having guests, that sort of thing, but it's not going to be open panel anymore. Sorry about that. With that said, tonight's show is going to be really big. But first, we got to hear about Gary's week. Gary, how has your week, month, year has been?
It's been kind of rocky. I mean, it's the first time in about a couple of months that I've shown up to the beginning of the show. So I guess that's a bonus, a little plus. But yeah, just been busy, and then my old man had a pacemaker put in this week, so I was a little down. I was out working and training for the next week's work week, and I got the call that he was in the hospital and had a pacemaker put in, so that was kind of bad news. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm at the old man's house, kind of keeping an eye on him, helping him out, and making sure he's good. But I mean, other than that, it's been pretty solid.
Sounds fantastic. So how's that game coming along?
It's coming. It's coming. We've both kind of been a little busy, so it's been a slow progression on it. I don't think there's been much of the programming side done, but I have been. I've been working on sound and music design and fixing a few things here and there. But we're both kind of busy, so it's been a slow progression the last month or so, I'd say, especially with all the work and me taking vacation and the anniversary. So it sucks that it's going slow, but hopefully we'll be back in business in these next couple of weeks. And I've been looking into the business side of it and LLCs and all that other stuff. I've been doing my research. So hopefully we get it up and running here in the next month or so.
It's gonna be a full-fledged business, man.
I got to make it there. I can't let anybody steal my my ideas, my IPs, and we got to make sure it's legit. You got to take the Amico route, the Intellivision route.
Do you think your game is going to be out before any Amico games release?
Oh, I can guarantee that.
Bob, the new bad take on the panel. What's going on, Bob?
Oh my god, I don't want to be bad take, Bob. Nothing much, man. Nothing much. Just been chilling, doing a few things. Like I'm prepping for my PC build next weekend. So like it's kind of like I've got stuff going on. So like it's kind of like headlights. Kind of don't want to really do too much to get that sorted.
Are you doing a Kickstarter campaign, Gary? Real quick to back up.
No, I don't think so. I think there's probably too much involved with getting a Kickstarter going. So I think we're just going to do, I'm going to advertise on, maybe do a few interviews with some of the Playdate community if I can, and then just advertise, throw it out there on Twitter and YouTube, and then hopefully, the crowd that has a Playdate, I think they know, right? I think that group of people, they only have so many games for this first season. You got 24 games, and I've actually just wrapped up my first season of games. So, and I'm usually constantly checking itch.io for new content to come out. So I really think we don't have to do too much advertising because how small and how niche the Playdate community is. So I don't think we'll have a problem by not going the Kickstarter route. I think we'll be okay.
You're only going to release it on Playdate? It's not going to be available like on Windows or anything else?
Nope. It will be a Playdate exclusive, meaning that either you can play it one of two ways. You're going to either need to buy a Playdate and download it, or you download the SDK package, which includes the simulator. And again, I've said this many times on the show, for anybody who doesn't know, that you can, if you download that package, it comes with the simulator, and any of those games that are on itch.io you can download or buy, and you can play them on your computer or your whatever you're using. So,
and if you have trouble with that package, go to Gary's Twitter. He will definitely help you with your package. From good take Gary to bad take Bob, we're back. Sorry to cut you off, Bob, but we had a question from the
No, it's cool. I'm very interested in Gary's game development project. It sounds very cool.
What have you been up to, Bob?
Not much, just boring stuff. Good music practice, studying stuff, prepping for PC build, just trying to organize stuff.
Hey, that's not boring. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So what are you building the PC? What extra features you have? Like a lot of flashing lights, sirens?
Oh hell yeah, yeah. I've got some RGB fans from Corsair, the LL120s. I'm getting RGB RAM. So that's going to light up a little bit. I'm going to do a video or maybe live stream, probably a video though, building it and walking through how you do it.
So people can complain that you're doing it wrong?
Yeah. But building a PC these days is very simple. There's only really 7 main components. There's a few software issues I've got to deal with. I've got to update my motherboard BIOS, but that's just something I've got to do before I build it.
Sounds fantastic. I got myself an RGB keyboard. I got the fans in there with the RGB lights.
Sick.
I don't know what any of that means, but I got it.
Yeah, it means it lights up.
So anything else? Any new songs you're working on? Any secret projects?
No new songs. I'm like waiting. Like I'm trying to. Like I've got a couple of friends who help me inspire ideas for songs, and I'm just waiting for them to come up with a stupid idea for me to make a song about. I'm retraining in guitar, and like I haven't played guitar seriously in like a few years, so it's basically back to complete basics, and it's like slow going and just effort and commitment and time. So Rome wasn't built in a day, hey.
You're not going to write a song about your recent relationship troubles?
No,
You're not going to do the Taylor Swift route?
No. I've got plenty of songs like that from the past I could dig up.
Well, it sounds fantastic. I know everybody here is excited to hear more music from you, Bob, and more of your bad takes. But with that said, we got to hear about my week, because as always, my week has been fantastic. We got the stats in from YouTube. You know, they email you every month your stats. Last month, we had 95 new subscribers. And today, we just had a new subscriber. Hey, Sherry just subscribed. So thank you, Hey, Sherry. We had 26,000.4. So 26,400 views all last month, which accounted for 149,000 watch hours or watch minutes. Shit, I wish it was hours. So we're killing it. We're killing it here. The Geek Getaway is getting bigger and better each and every day. You know, we didn't go to TikTok, and we're not going to Instagram just yet. You guys didn't want us to, so we're not going to do that. So don't worry. But we will be doing more live streaming, more gaming stuff, more gaming live streams. We're going to pull back. We're going to do some more of those shorts. I know you guys love watching all the shorts, seeing me test out different energy drinks and stuff. Been drinking Bang this week. It's kind of nasty. I got 3 chocolate I got to go through, and they are disgusting. They taste like stale Tootsie Rolls, but I bought them, so I got to drink them. Other than that, just been chilling, playing games. Reviewed a couple of games because I got a couple of review copies this week. We sent out some more requests. We might be interviewing a dev pretty soon, the Crano dev, like I mentioned. We got some other things in the works. So if you ain't subscribed, I suggest you do so now, because this channel is about to blow up in a big, big way. And it's not just about me. I know a lot of people think that it's about me, because I am the star, the main focus, your Lord and Savior, the Frog King of YouTube. But no, it's also about Bad Take Bob and Good Take Gary. And he's not here right now, but Blinded Braille is also on the team. It's about all those guys, and it's about each and every one of you people watching us, because without you, we wouldn't be doing this. So, thank you. Anything else, fellas, that we need to mention before we move on?
No.
Because we got a big show. We're going to be talking about the Little Mermaid trailer that just came out. Jim Ryan and his whole Call of Duty situation. We got Gary's Indie Spotlight bringing it back. We got a new emotion-based karma engine. What the hell is this about? We're going to find out. Of course, we got to talk about PS5 being the best-selling console of 2022. Nobody can find any, but apparently this thing is selling like hotcakes.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
The Neverending Story just might be getting a reboot. We're going to hear some thoughts on that. And of course, we got to go over the big D23 presentation. Yesterday, they had some gaming stuff. Today, they had some movie stuff. We're going to be talking about both of it. Both of them? Whatever. You know what I mean. So with that said, I think we're going to go ahead and move away from the intro, stumbling over my words, and we're going to get right into it. Sound good, fellas?
Most excellent.
Yes, sir.
Are you eating, Bob?
No. No, yeah, I have got pizza.
I had pizza this morning. It was crazy. I think I ate about, one of those big, like home run in you put in the oven type pizzas.
All right.
I think I ate like the whole thing this morning.
Must be pizza day. I had pizza too.
Bianca says, make a song about chicken nuggets.
I saw. That's a fantastic idea. I actually know a VTuber, or I know of a VTuber who loves chicken nuggets, so I'm going to try to ask her to do some voice samples for it.
Which VTuber is that?
Ouija Boo.
Never heard of him. Because I know Senzawa. She has a chicken nugget rap song.
Nice.
I know I'm showing off my weebness. With that said, Gary, where do you want to start? You're the new guy here. You haven't been around.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can.
Give me 1 second to get my my actual headphones because my AirPods are dying out.
So that's why I used a wired headset for this show.
I was going to use my I was tempted to use my wireless headset because I haven't tested it on PC yet, but I thought, nah, I can't be bothered. Not today. Maybe next week.
I guess while we're waiting for Gary, let's say hello to everybody who's joined us. Of course, Just Another Viewer was the first one here. It was followed by the Rabbit Dude, MIDI Music, Finbar Saunders, myself and Comics, Haunted Wisp with the new logo looking good. StreamElements bot came in late, but there it is. And of course, 1 inch biceps of what's going on 1 inch. Bob from Bomber TV's in the chat. Some guy called the Geek Getaway. Someone was trying to claim that my logo was stolen, guys. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Chupacabra's here. What's up, Chup? Mickey Phantom is here. And of course, Tommy Uyamiko just strolling in, fashionably late.
Oh,
Did we lose Gary completely?
gorgeous Gary is gone.
It happens. I guess while Gary is gone, we'll go ahead and we can't do the indie spotlight. Damn, I'm all fucked up now. What do you want to talk about, Bob?
I don't know, man. Like, I'm kind of intrigued about you plagiarizing Gregory's coffee, but we can skip over that for now.
Yeah, okay, so I guess we'll talk about Gregory's coffee. So apparently, word on the streets is talking about it. He said Tony has stolen Gregory's Coffee's logo. And this is news to me because I'd never even heard of Gregory's Coffee. Do they have that in? Is that like a Canada thing?
Not a clue. Not from Canada.
Gary, have you ever heard of Gregory's Coffee? I guess not. So it says, we fuel the hustle, Gregory's Coffee. So we'll go ahead and take a look real quick. I have no idea where the hell this is from. So as you can see, this is the Gregory's Coffee logo here up in the corner. Scroll down. Gregory's Coffee here. Clearly is a very similar logo to my own. Now, let me scroll it up a little so we get the little side by side. So up in the right hand corner, you can see the red Geek Getaway Live logo on this trash can, I think it is, or box, or whatever the hell it is. It's a Gregory's Coffee. Now, obviously, this is 2 cups of coffee here, and this is a pair of glasses on my logo. Also, the hair is different. And number 3, it's clip art that I paid somebody to go ahead and put together.
Right. So it's just a coincidence then.
Yeah. I mean, unless Gregory's Coffee took my logo and changed it into this, or my logo got a haircut and turned into Gregory's Coffee or something, and then the glasses transformed into coffee cups. Then I guess. So
I was just having a quick nose. How long is Gregory? See, like, how could you plagiarize it? Oh, I don't know. Like, it's saying like this. The website was copyrighted 2022. I don't know if that has to be updated every year, but I was just wondering how long this company's been about.
The hair is flipped. Yeah, the hair is completely different. Like I said, it is coincidence? There's a lot of companies that actually use similar logos, hair and just like glasses or something. So I guess this company, Gregory's Coffee, that I've never heard of, uses a similar logo. I see people in the chat blaming Blinded Braille. Actually, this logo predates Blinded Braille by quite a bit. He just changed the color. He made the gold one that's on the YouTube channel. He made this live one, which is red. The original logo predates him. It was black and white. Big coincidence.
Yeah, I just googled Heron Glass's logo. There's so many like similar like.
It's just a placeholder. Yeah. So let's take a look, Bob. There's a shitload of them. Geek style. Oh, that one's pretty close. Let's see all the logos that I've ripped off.
Yeah, there's even like one on Pinterest with like a whole with 9 different hair and glasses logos with beards. Seems like kind of a common theme people use.
Well, yeah, because geeks have glasses, nerds have glasses.
Yeah, I've got glasses, so I qualify.
So here it is. Geek style is probably the closest one to us.
Yeah.
Or this one, this stock image. This guy here. Hey, look, there's one that's like a Harry Potter logo. It's kind of a beard hipster logo. That one looks pretty good. This looks like fucking the dude from American History X.
Yes. Edward Norton.
Yes, that's who I'm thinking of, Edward Norton. This looks like a hipster. So, I mean, all these people have either ripped off me or I've ripped off them. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I will be filing a cease and desist letter to the makers of hair and glasses logo. 1 inch bicep. Who had the logo first? I think everybody had the logo first. Justin over says, now I see coffee cup glasses on your logo. Damn you. Don't worry, we are going to be changing the logo anyway. That was always the plan. Because I think that the guy I paid for this, I don't know if he actually paid for the clip art. So there might be issues with that anyway. Yeah, it's a placeholder logo. Gary is finally back. You back, Gary?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. That was sorry about that. That was a clusterfuck here. I had a pair of headphones that I brought just because I knew my AirPods were going to die, but I guess the little one must have messed them up since the last time I used them because I plugged those in and they weren't working. So I had to snatch a pair from the old man. Luckily, he had a pair, so we're good to go now. We're good to go.
All right. Well, since Gary's here, we're going to start with the most controversial topic of the evening. That is the Haley Berry, not Halle Berry, but Haley Berry.
That was Haley Bailey.
Haley Bailey, whatever the hell her name is. See, I'm getting it wrong.
Oh, I thought it was Halle Berry.
You thought it was the old lady? Like she's fucking.
Yeah.
I think some of the websites have reported it as Halle Berry. We're going to be looking at the Little Mermaid trailer. It's the live action Disney Little Mermaid trailer. Now, they have replaced the traditional look of the Little Mermaid with a black actress. I think she's also a singer. Might be a singer.
Yeah.
I see there's a lot of backlash over this, and I'm very confused by this because this has been announced like years ago.
Right. This was about 3 years ago.
Yeah, people have known, right? This is like something they've been outraged 3 years ago about this. I would think that the outrage would have died down already.
No, I'm still outraged. But I think it has to do with just the simple fact that The Little Mermaid is when Disney movies really started to get good. Like, I mean, really good when they hit that block of, span of 4 or 5 movies that were just really solid Disney movies. And like I said before the show started, Little Mermaid is probably my second favorite of all time. It hangs right in there with like Lion King and Aladdin. Technically I think it's better than those two movies. I know that's saying a lot, but yeah, I think we need to get into it. I think I'm one of those people who are still outraged by it.
And it's funny because there's actually 2 Little Mermaid movies that were announced, and they both had outrage over the actress chosen as Ariel. Because one is the Disney version, which is what we're going to go over, and there was another one, by Universal, maybe. It was just like based on the fairy tale more than the Disney movie. We're going to take a look at this trailer. I have not seen the trailer. I've only heard all the outrage. So it is Haley Bailey. It's a weird name. I would change my name if that was it. Rhyming names.
Yeah, not so good.
We all excited? Look at this.
No.
Disney 100, the new logo. Well, the underwater looks pretty good already.
Who's supposed to be playing her father? Isn't it like The Rock?
I have no idea. I can look it up after.
They should have got Jason Momoa.
Yeah, that would make it part of the DC universe, or what? I see something in the chat. We got to put an end to this right now, real quick. Where is it?
Are we talking about
MIDI music forever is completely wrong on this. It says The Lion King was supposed to be an original story, but it's a ripoff of Kimba the White Lion. This is 100% factually incorrect. Kimba the White Lion is actually nothing like The Lion King. The original Kimba the White Lion, the original cartoon, the first version that was produced, is nothing like The Lion King. Later on, there was a second Kimba the White Lion that was produced after The Lion King, in which they actually ripped off some of the Lion King stuff in some of the shots. And then people on YouTube have used the second Kimba the White Lion movie and misattributed the scenes to the first movie, claiming that The Lion King had ripped off Kimba. So no, Kimba the White Lion is nothing. There's no scene in The Lion King where Simba takes the corpse of his father Mufasa and parades around. That's actually in the Kimba the White Lion cartoon. Kimba the White Lion also does not have a Timon and Pumbaa. There is no Scar as the main villain. There's many differences in Kimba in The Lion King. It's totally ridiculous. So sorry. And Little Movie Perp is correct. The Lion King is actually more closely related to Hamlet. Now, one of the reasons why there's this confusion over the Kimba Lion King thing is because Matthew Broderick stupidly said in an interview he thought he was auditioning for Kimba the White Lion, that he thought Disney was making a Kimba movie. So people have taken that and go, well, see, Disney told Matthew Broderick he was going to voice Kimba. They obviously were doing Kimba the White Lion. And then there's a production still, I think it's like a concept art in which Simba is actually white instead of his yellow color. So those two pieces of information people have taken and went, see, Disney must have ripped off Kimba. And then they completely changed the story so that nobody would know.
Yeah. On another little tangent, if you actually want to look at a movie that Disney, I think this is true, did rip off, look at The Cobbler and the Thief, and that was basically spun into Aladdin.
Yeah. So there you go. I hope we finally put that to rest, but probably not. There will be people on the internet still claiming Disney ripped off Kimba and that I'm an evil bootlicking corporate sellout or something. But let's look at this Little Mermaid. It's only we're like 15 minutes.
It's very short. Yeah, it's really short.
Out of the sea, wish I could
How's the film not yet rated? Right? Shouldn't they just automatically slap a G on it? Like fucking
Rated R.
So, really, there's nothing in this trailer. Even like,
Oh, there's a lot in this trailer that pisses me off.
what pisses you off in this trailer?
Okay, so let's dive into it. First off, we don't obviously it's a teaser trailer, so we don't get to see what the hell's the fish's name? Flounder.
Flounder.
Right.
There's no flounder in the trailer. There's no Sebastian.
Right.
No
No.
King Triton. None of the other
yeah.
characters are in the trailer. Let's just say that.
Right. So obviously it's a teaser trailer. That's a bummer. It's not really a big deal. Obviously, we'll get to see those in due time. The second issue I have is going to be how the musical parts, the singing is going to be handled. Now, if I think she's going to do a good job, but if you pay attention to that, she's got that like Whitney Houston like diva, the way she hits one of those notes. And I hope it doesn't take away from the original scores and music. Obviously, they're going to do their own thing here.
What do you think it's going to be? 1 Inch Bicep says Under the Sea. It's going to be like Ugandan Knuckles.
Well, that's what I said, like Caribbean. Like I hope they try to stick as close as they can. From the beginning of that, it sounded really good. Like it sounds like they're staying close to it and that they're not going to derive too much from it. I hope they stick close. I think that's really what makes these make or break. People are playing on this. Well, Disney's playing on nostalgia, right? So if you're going to play on that, then it needs to be close. And that's one that we come to the biggest issue I have, and the issue that's was talked about 3 years ago when this was announced, is that obviously we're race swapping Ariel, and to me, she does not pull it off. She does not look like Ariel to me at all. And I just have a big problem with it. You know, I've talked about it on the show before. It's just when the character doesn't look like the character, it takes me out of, like, especially a Disney movie that I absolutely love. So
Well,
that's just all there is to say about it.
But like Gary, this is like a new interpretation of The Little Mermaid. You're not really the target audience as like
so if it's
okay,
so here's the thing. If it's going to be a new interpretation, why try to do the nostalgia grab and use everything that made the original good?
Well, first off, hold on. First off, we don't know what they're using because they haven't shown us anything other than this.
Well, the song obviously Under the Sea, the song is damn near Under the Sea song. So
yeah, but what I'm saying is you don't know. We don't even know the story. There might be changes to the story in this new version. I know there was changes to like the Jungle Book when they made the transition to live action. There was changes to the Lion King.
I believe
there's going to be changes
the same
to
way
this.
too. Well, yeah.
So Bob is correct. It is a new interpretation. I think for me, one of my issues with this is they obviously dyed her hair, right? She's red. They should have dyed it deeper red, right? Make that red stand out like fucking like Ariel's
I
hair.
think you're right, and I think that could be a big thing. And I can't tell if her hair is just like matted, or if it's got like, or if it's more like a dread.
I think it's
I can't. Is it braids? I can't tell.
Let me
I
see if
can't
can.
quite tell.
No, it's as HD as it gets. It looks braids. Here's one of my issues, and people are going to get upset with me for saying this. I don't know if our viewers can see this, but she has acne scars and stuff, right?
Yes, on her forehead, and they didn't cover it. They didn't touch it up. I noticed that too. It's very distracting.
Like, I know, beauty. Everybody's beautiful, and we shouldn't point this stuff out, but it is distracting.
It's Hollywood, right? It's Hollywood. You wouldn't have like an actress with a big goiter on her neck, right?
Well, what's her name? The one who was in Sherlock Holmes. What the hell's her name? She played in Doctor Strange. She was a love interest.
Oh, yes. Rachel McAdams has and it's very distracting. Yes,
but they used to cover it up for years and years. They covered it up, and no one knew she had one. until she decided she didn't want to cover it up no more.
And she's getting a bit older, so it's getting a more gnarly and prominent. So yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. It's Hollywood, right? I mean, these people were, they're always the image of beauty and the perfection, and for it to kind of not be touched up. I did notice that the first time I watched it. It was like my attention was drawn off of the actress. So it's a good point.
Okay, so one of the other things that is weird to me, and again, don't take this in a racial way, but if you're gonna have Halle Bailey being Ariel, then Javier Bardem has no business being fucking King Triton, right? You can't just throw like just everybody into this. Like, it doesn't make sense.
We got the good actors though, the good ones.
Melissa McCarthy is Ursula.
What?
Yeah, she's no. That's a terrible casting. Ursula's supposed to be scary, and like
yes,
Melissa McCarthy can't pull that off.
She's gonna bring too much. Like she's gonna try. Yes.
No.
I don't mind her in certain movies, but yeah, I think that was a bad cast.
Melissa McCarthy as Ursula.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I love Melissa McCarthy, but I don't think she can be intimidating enough to be Ursula.
Do you see who would have pulled that role off really good though?
Roseanne.
What's that one? What's the British blonde that lost the weight recently?
Oh, do you mean Rebel Wilson?
Yeah, would she have been able to? You think she would have been able to get a good raspy voice for Ursula?
Probably, but again, I don't think she's very intimidating. She's usually very goofy.
Right.
Who voiced Ursula in the original?
Let
me see.
He's a famous voice actor.
Pat Carroll.
Big time.
Yeah, she did a good job, but I don't think Melissa McCarthy is going to pull it off. Tyler Perry as Medea, yeah, that would have been pretty good. I mean, because again, if you're going to change Ariel to be a black actress, right, then change everyone, right? Don't just like pick and choose. Like, oh, you're still white and you're still, you're a Spanish dude, and you're like, it's just weird. Even the prince, right? So they changed Ariel to a black mermaid. John Howard King, a white dude, he's playing Prince Eric. So it's still set in the White Kingdom, I guess.
Well, here's my theory behind that. And don't take this the wrong way. And I don't want to be that guy, but if you were to go with let's say you went with like almost a pure all black cast, do you think that would hurt their sales in the the box office ultimately with white viewers? I mean, just to say, like, I mean, when how much do like white people or the white community enjoy like watching like the BET channel or something that's prominently black? I mean, like, how good when is what's the last big movie from the black community that was kind of like an all majority black cast that was really accepted, that did very well?
I don't know, but there's a lot of like movies which I love, which are very based around black culture, like, and other stuff. Like, I thought Black Panther was one of the best movies in the entire MCU, especially the acting and the wide variety of casting they did with all the actors. I love all the kind of like How High, Friday, Another Hood, like even like there's some new TV shows in the UK. Like, yeah, like I'm quite interested. Like,
well, Jacob Tremblay is doing Flounder. David Diggs is doing Sebastian. This guy's hit or miss for me. He was in Hamilton and some other things. Aquafina is going to be Scuttle.
yes.
Bird. They got a new character. Apparently, there's a character called Queen Selena, which is new to the film, being played by Noma Dumenzeni. She's a British actress, but she's African descent.
Well, there you go. So we have our like you said, Bob. We have our different take that they're going to go.
But Prince Eric is still white. He's Jonah Andre Hauer King.
Who the
So I
hell
don't
is
know if
that?
maybe the king of the kingdom is going to be white, and then the queen's going to be black, and then the son is the white dude. I don't know. Javier Bardem, like I said, is King Triton. Melissa McCarthy.
Well, they're
is-
definitely nailing the diversity of this movie.
Yeah. I think one of the issues, and again, I'm not white, okay, so I keep getting called like a racist white dude whenever I say things. Weird. Earlier today, someone called me a racist white dude because I was talking about Riri Williams. But
You're not allowed to go there, Tony.
yeah, I know. But if here's the thing, right? If you cast black actors and actresses, right, and they don't act black, and I know that's gonna sound weird, like act black. What is acting black, right? Then it's like, why did you cast them? Like, there's certain things, and I know again it's gonna sound bad, right? But there are certain things that are culturally different between the races, right?
Oh, big
Little
time.
things.
Living in near 5 minutes from Detroit. I mean, I deal with this on a daily basis. There are major cultural differences, and it's okay if you're not like, if black people are not into white culture, white people are not into black culture. It doesn't mean you're racist. I just think you have a preference. I mean, but there is, like
What
you
is
said,
acting
Tony.
black? Well, like
With
I said, there are different things. Like
right.
it's just little things, the way their parents act, the leeway you get. If you're Mexican, you're going to put your pots and pans inside the oven. It's just the way it is.
Hey, I do that.
I can understand that with like a piece like was that movie Get Out or like something like that. But this is like a fantasy movie set under the sea with a mermaid. So like,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it is a European story, right? So
Right.
I'm assuming that if they follow the Little Mermaid, they're going to act. They're not, the King Triton is not going to act like an African American king. He's going to act like a European king, right? So already now you got Javier Bardem, acting like a European royalty. The whole under the sea culture, what's it going to be like? Are they going to change it to be more African inspired, or is it going to remain the same? And if it remains the same, what was the point of casting African American actresses to play the mermaids? Right?
Well, wasn't the Little Mermaid already like kind of like a Caribbean feeling? I know like King Triton was probably pretty typical white father, but
it was just the crab. The crab was the only thing that was
Was
Caribbean.
right. The voice, and that's that's really the feel of it. Is I think the score for me, the music is fantastic in the original, and changing it up to have more of that, like if there's a lot of like an African theme to it, I think that'll be off-putting to me. Not that I hate that in every scenario. Like Bob said, I did like Black Panther a lot more than I gave it credit for initially after I'd watched it. But something like this is just, I don't know. I'm a stickler for it kind of staying in the realm of the original.
Rob Marshall is the director.
Personally, I don't mind with this like changing of the character. I think as long as if she's an actress and she's going to do the best job she can, and she's the best actress for the job, more power to her. But then it's Disney, so I don't know if they've hired her. Like, and the way they put this trailer out and this stuff, I kind of wonder like if they're doing it on purpose to drum up more like attention because they know it's going to cause like people to discuss, kind of thing.
You mean like we're doing right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, would we be going into so much detail about this if it was a more stereotypical, traditional Little Mermaid?
It's a good point.
Looking actress.
Probably not. We probably would have talked about it, and that would have been that.
Little Movie Perp says the most important aspect is her voice. This is great casting based on that so far. Doesn't she remain silent through most of the movie? She only sings like one song.
No. Well, yeah, I guess she does. Yeah, she loses her voice. That's right. She gets her voice stolen from her.
That's what I'm
pretty
saying,
early
like,
on.
Yeah, but then the voice transfers over to Ursula for a little bit, right? Or how often does she use
she doesn't.
her
She
voice?
just like has it in the little
In the jar or whatever?
Yeah. So I don't know.
It's been such a long time since I've seen it.
I got to see more of this before I get outraged. I'm not outraged. I'm not outraged. I'm just like, I wish her hair was redder. And more
If she
dark.
looked more the part, right? I think that could have went a long way, Tony. I think you're right. I think if they would have made it a really just bright fire red, that maybe that could have quelled the fact that they race swapped.
It's almost like a reddish brown. So, and I think her lips. I'm not sure if she's got lipstick on. Doesn't look like
it looks like lipstick.
they shouldn't have had lipstick because she's underwater. Right?
Yeah, but doesn't she have ruby red? Doesn't Ariel have ruby red lipstick on?
I don't think so. I'm looking. My search history is gonna be all fucked up now. I'm looking up. No, yeah, she does have red lips. I guess I was wrong.
So they didn't want to go too crazy on it. I think they tried to just do a subtle. And I noticed that the hair it's a subtle red. It's not like it's not red. They definitely toned it down, but I agree. I think they could have pegged it up a few notches.
I'm saying it's Little Movie Perp says I'm saying it's the most integral part of the character, not her skin color, her voice. The entire movie revolves around her voice when she saves Eric in the beginning of the movie.
No, I agree. I think if the actress does a great job, I'll give her credit for it. I'm just saying the character to me, it's like if I replaced Ariel with Spider-Man, now we're like, what the fuck? This is not Ariel. That's what I'm trying to get to the point. And I've been consistent on everything I've said on this show before. I've been consistent when characters, especially from the MCU, don't look like, when they try to do a re-envisioning of the character, it always drives me nuts. The same thing with what's his name as the leader of Shield. What the hell's his name?
Nick
I can't
Fury?
remember. Yeah, Fury. And I envisioned the old white guy with white hair. So when they do that, not saying that Samuel L. Jackson was bad, I think he was fantastic for the part. But it's just one of those things that it irks me. I want to see the comic, like what I remember growing up with on the big screen.
But they wasn't on the big screen. They had him on the small screen because what's his name was Nick Fury originally in the on the made-for-TV movie. What's his name?
Hasselhoff. Hasselhoff. But you know what I mean, like a version for today, like the good Marvel movies. Not the late 80s shitty Hasselhoff.
I think it was like a 1998 or
early
something like
90. Yeah, it would have been early 90. Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like I'm at least I'm fair across the board. I'm not saying that it's like, oh, she's black, so it's terrible. No, I'm pretty fair about the decision. My opinion across the board. I've been consistent with it with most characters. The Wolverine thing is my number one.
Right across the board. Of
course.
Blinded Grail, I see you popped in.
Yeah, what's up?
What's
up,
everybody? Yell at us about this? Or?
Not really. I don't really care if she was race swapped or not. I mean, the story takes place in the Caribbean, which, I mean, in the Caribbean, there's predominantly black people, so I'm not like fazed by this.
Does it take place in the Caribbean?
Yeah, the movie did, or at least the story is based off of. Whatever which way, someone could look it up.
I'm pretty sure Hans Christian Andersen based it off of the coast of like Norway or something like that.
I told you this is why I got called racist 3 years back when I detested this whole thing. To me, she just doesn't fit the part. I mean, her voice might be great. That's fantastic, but I mean, why don't we change her entire look while we're at it? That's the whole point. I'm like, if you're going to do that, just change her look and make her look different. Make her look like like Bob said, re-envision her. Don't make her look like the original. Like, I don't understand that. Like, re-envision her.
It's called nostalgia bait.
But that's what I'm. Okay, so we do agree that they are trying.
I never
to hang
said I
on
disagreed.
I'm just saying.
Care.
Right. I mean, but we can establish that they are trying to grab people of the original, right?
Yes, that's Disney's whole business model.
Right. While trying to stay current and woke or whatever the hell you want to call itself.
Sure. I mean, the cast sounds like it's going to be like all over the place.
We lost you.
Oh yeah, someone was calling me. That's why. Give me a second.
No, but I think she'll do fine. I think from the voice, as long as she doesn't go to like soul, like diva, Whitney Houston kind of singing, I'll be okay with it.
So
Bad
there was
take,
another Little Mermaid live action. Do you want to take a look at that trailer, Gary, and see if you would have liked that movie better?
Let's do it. Is that one of the ones you probably find at like the dollar store now in the DVD bins?
I don't know if it's in the dollar store now, but I mean, it was a 2018 movie. Let's see who did it.
They're canceling me on Twitter as we speak.
No one's going to cancel you. Like half of the people have this take.
I'm a nobody.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to make money regardless. So, I mean, it's not for me. Like, is what it is.
I mean, it's just a bummer because I'm a big Little Mermaid fan. It would have been nice to see like Ariel come to life, like someone who's a lookalike of that character. But it is.
I don't even really want that. I don't know why people really fixate on that so much, because it's like when you look at the Lion King, you're like, this feels weird.
The Lion King is different, and I think Beauty and the Beast was really good.
The only one I've seen was Jungle Book, and I did enjoy that, but I don't really care for the rest.
There's just something about it popping to life. Like if you're going to, like Bob said, if you're going to do it differently, then do it differently. Give me something that's original, almost in a sense. But if you're going to hook me on like, well, like you think Flounder's going to look different than, I mean, he probably will. But I assume that those characters are going to look close. Right. Those characters are going to look very close to their animated film counterparts. So I don't understand why the changing of the most prominent character. It is what it is, though.
Well, I hope Sebastian and Flounder look more animated, because having a real crab like walk around and like sing the song is going to look weird. You know?
Right.
Well, he's
like what they
Flounder's
did with the
in the trailer. You see his shadow,
but you see his silhouette, but you can't really make out what he's going to look like.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it kind of looks accurate, but
the 2018 Poppy Drayton live action Little Mermaid. Let's see if Gary would have liked this better.
Once, long ago, in the deep blue below.
Don't be silly, grandmother. Everybody knows there's no such thing as mermaids.
You wouldn't say that if you were in that box.
You met a mermaid?
This just came in. I wanted to take priority.
And we followed stories like this before. Wood witches, broken mummies.
No, not like this. Hundreds of people have testified.
Welcome to Mississippi. Oh!
There's a powerful magic in you, a spirit of the ocean.
Let me introduce you to your dreams.
The Little Mermaid of the Mississippi!
She was so beautiful, and I know she was real.
Myself in Comics is loving it already.
You shouldn't be here.
Mermaids do not exist.
Uh-oh. Is this rated R?
No, I think it's a family film, Gary.
Elizabeth. How can this be?
Now they're just ripping off Splash.
He knows I'm here. Summon me.
We have to save her.
They like stole Stromboli from Pinocchio and then just mixed it with the Little Mermaid.
Finbar says this is the type of film where the Blu-ray cover is a total ripoff of the Disney one to catch unsuspecting idiots.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this looks so cheesy though.
believe.
It looks awful.
Mississippi's always been magic. All aboard.
Elizabeth, please.
They used like the boat from the what was that, Songs of the South or whatever the hell it was called?
It's a Little Mermaid.
The ferry boat.
That's Gary's type of movie. Yeah. Hey, shit, the pacing on this trailer is awful. Yeah, it was a pretty bad trailer, but I'm guessing they were trying to capitalize off of the live action Little Mermaid, but that got pushed back, so they weren't able to.
Jeez.
Anything left to say on this topic, gentlemen?
Just
No,
No.
I think I had a pretty bad take. I'm going to be called a racist for the rest of my life now.
What were you gonna say, Bob?
I was going to say you should call this segment, if you re-upload it, 3 grown men complain about a kids' film.
Pretty much.
So what's up, Blinded? Thanks for joining us, coming to the party.
Yeah, I'm good. Just playing Splatoon, so I just thought I would hop on.
Nice.
Splatoon 3, does that have a single player?
Yes.
It does? Is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good so far, unless you're a Dreamcast guy.
What, did he hate it?
Yeah, he said it was DLC or some shit. I was like,
Ooh.
what kind of take is this?
I'm really digging the Splatoon 3 OLED. I think that's gorgeous looking. I'm like really contemplating getting my hands on that.
Yeah, the colors on that one look nice, especially compared to the Pokemon one.
Oh, the Pokemon one is lame. Yes, it's
Yeah.
lame. The colors just, dude, those like tie-dyed controllers look so good.
It needed a gradient on the Pokemon one, which sucks because on the cover of the dock, the Pokemon have the gradient. So it's like, why didn't you just
do
take
that
those
right?
colors? Yeah,
Nope, I agree.
Stupid.
They've been lackluster on the Pokemon exclusive consoles for a while. I think they've all looked kind of meh to me.
Yeah, especially that Sword and Shield one. That was awful.
Mm-hmm. No, the Switch Lite wasn't too bad. I think the Switch Lite was okay.
I like the one from last year, the Diamond and Pearl one. It was like gold and gray.
Black, was it?
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it mimicked the original like DS Lite, I believe.
Little Movie Perp says you're a fellow splatter. Good day, sir.
Yes. Hey, everybody playing Splatoon, it's fucking wild. All those comments, it's fucking insane.
I've
People
never
are drawing
played
up.
Splatoon.
I've never played Splooge. I mean Splatoon.
Splooge.
I played one on the Wii U and I've got 2 on the Switch. But like the gameplay, I really love the concept and the gameplay mechanics, but it's so hardcore. The people who are like into
It is
Splatoon
hardcore.
are hardcore.
I'm hardcore into it. But there's a lot of scrubs on there. They're not carrying the fucking team.
But it's mainly for it's a multiplayer game, right? I mean, that's what
it's a
people are
multiplayer.
buying it for. Right.
Has anybody made the mod yet where the Splatoon's ink is now white?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
They race swapped the ink.
You do know the Inklings are children.
I didn't say it was for me. I'm just asking if that's happened already because I'm pretty sure it probably has.
It was funny, like right when
Sure
Splatoon
someone
came
did.
out, some guy uploaded he was fishing for squids and he got inked right in the face.
Oh.
All right. Going from one children's movie to another, the Neverending Story might get a reboot, gentlemen.
Oh God.
Now, the Neverending Story is one of my favorite movies of all time. I loved it growing up. I would watch it whenever I was sick. That was the movie I'm watching. I had it on VHS. For those younger people in the audience, VHS was like a bulky DVD that you had to rewind and put in a machine called a VCR.
Yeah.
And also,
Shocking.
if you played it too long, it would get all fucked up and have lines all over it.
Can you sing the song, Tony?
No. But this comes from Deadline. The dish, fantasy classic, The Neverending Story, subject of film and TV rights bidding war. Exclusive, children's classic, The Neverending Story could be the next major fantasy property to get a screen reboot. While The Rings of Power and House of the Dragon duke it out for TV ratings, I recently asked one European studio head which fantasy property could be the next IP to pop. Their answer, The Neverending Story. It turns out a handful of streamers and studios on both sides of the Atlantic are chasing screen rights to a beloved property by the late German author Michael Ende. We have spoken to multiple interested parties, and here there are multi-million-dollar offers on the table. German agency AVA represents the estate but declined to comment. Now, I got to get the book. I always wanted to get the book with the fancy symbol on it.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to send me a gift, buy me the Neverending Story original book with the Orin symbol on it. The Neverending Story follows a boy who happens upon a magical book that tells of a young warrior given the task of stopping the Nothing, a dark force, Stranger Things anyone, from engulfing the wonderland world of Fantasia. Fantastica? It's not Fantastica. Pretty sure it's Fantasia. It's a special tale full of dragons, shapeshifters, giants, and a spectacular kingdoms. At its heart, it's the story of an awkward boy trying to connect with his own family and escape from school bullies who become lost and found in a fantastical world of danger and adventure. Also, there's a horse that dies, and everybody cries when that happens.
Yeah, that traumatized a generation.
And the 1979 book was a huge hit in Germany, sitting in the bestseller list for years. The story went on to spawn films, TV series, video games. There's a video game? This is the first time I'm hearing of this. Pop songs?
Probably a text base, I'd guess. I'm looking.
There's pop songs based on Neverending Story?
Yeah.
Really? Spin-off novels and stage plays. It has been translated into 40 languages and has sold millions of copies worldwide. One survey from a German filmmaker found that the book had particular appeal among readers aged 18 to 35, which is potentially good news for those interested in the IP's marketing reach. And yet, there have been virtually no new material related to the franchise over the past couple of decades. Most English language audiences know the story from the cult 1984 fantasy film co-written and directed by the late Wolfgang Petersen in his first English language film. There is Atreyu in the horse. That was the horse's name?
Atreyu. Oh, it's Artex.
Yeah, Atreyu's the boy.
Yeah.
Who kind of looks like a girl, but he's a boy.
Yeah, I was always confused about that as a kid.
I was too, and I was like, why is that girl's like showing her chest? And I was like, oh wait, that's a boy.
Yeah.
Also, there was the statues with the big titties. I was remember.
Yeah, those were part of an awakening for me as a kid.
It's funny because it's a kids movie, right? And they got the big titty statues. But then if you watch it on TV, they would always blur out
the boobs.
The boobs. And it's like, wait a minute, this is just like a stone statue. Why are you blurring it out? You thought it was appropriate to put in the movie and let little kids watch, but then suddenly when it's on TV, you're like, no. It's not appropriate anymore.
Censorship sucks.
It's always weird. At the time of its release, the iconic movie produced by a leading German producer, Bernd Eichinger, co-founder of Twilight Studios Summit, was the most expensive film produced outside the U.S. or USSR. The film adapts only the first half of the book, but the second half of the book was subsequently used as a rough basis for the second film. The Neverending Story 2 next chapter. What are you laughing at?
Finbar's comment.
They can reboot it right out the fucking window? They should just remaster and re-release it, right? Like update it for like 1080p.
Haven't they done that already? They haven't done that yet?
Fuck if I know. I still got the original. I'm not watching any new DVD. Third film, The Neverending Story 3, Escape from Fantasia. See, I knew it was fucking Fantasia, not Fantastica. Released in 1994 and featuring a young Jack Black. He plays a bully in that movie. Has an original plot not based on the book. The original movie made $100 million worldwide and garnered mixed reviews. Famously, Peterson contrived one of the key characters, Falkor the Luck Dragon, is a giant dog instead of a dragon, reportedly because he wanted to make a friendly-looking creature that his son would find adorable. I think that the dog-looking Luck Dragon was a lot better than in the first movie than the second one, which looked more like a dragon.
Oh yeah, practical effects.
The book film was back in the headlines a few years ago thanks to Stranger Things when Dustin and Susie performed a memorable rendition of the film's popular synth theme song. The original song, written by Italian Giorgio Moroder. Why do these people gotta have weird names? Why not like Jim Smith and like, aka the father of disco?
It's your white showing again, Tony.
Yeah. The father of disco subsequently got millions more hits on YouTube, and Stranger Things star Millie Bobby Brown soon launched a hashtag Neverending Challenge, which went viral and was picked up by talk show hosts Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert. I had no idea this shit happened. I'm so old that I missed all this Neverending Story stuff going on. I don't even watch Stranger Things.
It's really good.
Everyone says that, but I've never. The backstory to the rights is indeed complicated, a never-ending story of its own. There has long been interest in the property from film and TV companies, but there have been various lawsuits in Germany over ownership. More than a decade ago, there were stories that Warner Brothers, who released the first movie in the U.S., Kennedy/Marshall Company, and Leonardo DiCaprio's Appian Way were working on another adaptation. But in 2011, Star Wars producer Kathleen Kennedy, who's going to be fired any day now, said that the problem securing the rights to the story meant that a second adaptation was not meant to be. I don't want Disney to get their hands on it. Interest has crystallized in recent months, and there seems to be a willingness from the estate to do business, emboldening film and TV companies, even if a stumbling block remains how much control the estate wants on the direction of the story. Michael Ende himself unsuccessfully sued the producers of the original movie when he felt they were deviating too much from the story. Ende ultimately wasn't happy with the final product, calling the film a gigantic melodrama of kitsch, commerce, plush, and plastic. What is with like people who like license their properties always getting pissed off that like the movie isn't exactly like the book? Even
right, you gave them the rights to do what they kind of wanted to do.
Yeah, I know. What the hell? Alan Moore's always like that. So yeah, fucking make a movie based on my comic. Then he like.
Well, Alan Moore's a little bit different. Alan Moore never really gave up the rights to his stuff.
Well, he signed off on that one.
Not really. They took Watchmen from him.
Not Watchmen.
And his same. I think it's the same thing with the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I'm pretty sure he was like a producer on the movie.
Yeah, he was, and then he was like, he was fighting with them throughout the whole production. He said he didn't even want his name on it. That's what I heard, yeah, but he's going to be kind of grumpy and shit.
Perhaps now the time is right for a revival of one of Europe's classic children's property. See, this is what worries me, right? I love the Neverending Story, and even though that the movie apparently has deviated from the book and pissed off the guy who wrote the book, I want that version to be remade. And I don't want it to be closer to the book. I want it to be closer to the movie that I remember as a kid. Thoughts on this, gentlemen? What do you think? You down for this?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm surprised this hasn't happened earlier, to be honest. I've watched this movie, so I kind of like vaguely remember it.
Tim says, so sick of reboot and remakes. Are people this lazy that they can't think up new stories? Yeah, pretty much.
No, it's because it makes money.
Yeah, Hollywood's scared of doing new stuff because they want to do stuff which is definitely going to sell.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is nowadays everything's nostalgia, toys, just everything. All the media we consume is just nostalgia based. So it's safe.
I mean, people aren't going to the movies as often, and I mean, like this year alone was shit for movies, to be honest.
Yeah. Blinded has seen the movie. Did you enjoy the movie? How old were you when you seen the movie, Blinded?
I want to say like I was 8.
So you were still young when you saw it.
Yeah.
What did you think of it? Was it cheesy? Did you like it?
The dragon always creeped me out. I only realized like later on that it was supposed to be like a dog, like what you were saying, but it just looked creepy to me.
Haunted Whispers, the movie is burned in my mind. Yeah, it is.
Well, yeah,
fantastic.
the dragon is.
Yeah.
It's
Definitely.
iconic.
Did you know there actually is a name for the childlike empress? He actually does scream out a name,
Yeah.
even though you can't hear it.
Yeah. Isn't it supposed to be his mother's name he gives her at the end?
Yeah. And it's like a really weird, like hippie name.
No clue.
Moonchild is the
Moonchild.
I'm just tired of them pillaging my childhood and reboot and stuff.
Ooh, Finbar coming with a hot take. He says, "I'm sure it's a good movie and is well regarded, but I thought as a kid it sucked donkey balls." Oh, man, killing me.
It was never one of my go-to movies. I seen it quite a bit as a kid, but it wasn't the one that like I wanted to watch. Like it's good for a kids movie, but
it's not
the giant
great.
turtle. Come on.
There's some good imagery and there's some good like special effects work, but the story's pretty weak. And Sebastian wasn't a great actor. Yeah, the wolf was good. I like that. That scared the crap out of me
Tony
as a
was
kid.
easily impressed as a kid.
Hell yeah, it had practical effects. It had like that giant fucking wolf that tried to eat him.
Yeah.
I really hated it. Sorry.
There was an era where practical effects were everywhere, and every movie had some nice practical effects. There was the one we watched not too long ago, and I watched it. It was a terrible movie. It was something from Mars or outer space.
Mums from
Mars?
Mars?
What's it called?
Mums from
Mars? That's CGI.
No, it was something else from space or something like that, and it had these aliens, but the practical effects were really good, but the movie itself was just shit.
Mm.
I think we watched it on Tubi or something like that.
Oh, then that's obvious. Oh crap! Damn it!
What'd you do now?
Someone splatted me.
Oh, you're still playing that. I hope you mean someone in the game splatted you.
Nah, I mean my girl splatted me.
Look at that! You're telling me you didn't see this as a kid and were like, "Fuck, that's scary as shit." Giant fucking wolf.
No, that part didn't scare me. No.
I mean, practically, it's really cool, but
fucking blinded. It's because you're Canadian. You're just scared of moose. If it was a giant moose
and beavers and gooses. Gooses are fucking dangerous. Fuck, man.
Oh, I know about Canadian geese.
Yeah, they're crazy as fuck, man. Oh fuck.
Ooh, Finbar also hated Willow.
Same.
Yeah, okay,
Willow.
You're fired now. Now you're fired.
I never understood that.
Willow was great.
Yeah, Willow was better than Neverending Story by far.
Tins is right. The Jonathan Brandis sequel was amazing, amazingly bad.
Back then, all you had to do was throw small people or little people into a movie, and it was magical.
He's going to be in the new one in the Willow update. Warwick Davis is coming back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Warwick Davis is a legend. Come on, he's Leprechaun.
Was he Leprechaun?
Yeah.
Yes.
In all of them, or just the one?
All of them.
All of them.
And that's getting rebooted too.
Leprechaun in Vegas is one of my favorite horror movies. I love that movie. He's fantastic in it.
So he was stealing all the good little people roles.
Yes. Him and Tony Cox.
He was also Wicket in Star Wars.
Yeah.
And the made-for-TV Ewok movies.
Oh, he's in a lot of roles that you wouldn't believe that's him. He's in the Harry Potter movies. He's in.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, you can tell.
Anywhere there's a small person who needs to be used, he's the first guy they turn to. He's a good actor.
Leprechaun in the Hood. He was in that too.
I didn't care for that one. I think the third one, which is the Vegas Leprechaun in Vegas or whatever it was called, that was.
It was also in Leprechaun Back to the Hood.
Back to the Hood.
I didn't even know that that movie existed. Jesus.
Is that the sequel?
I guess any mythical movie that needs a. Surprised he wasn't in a dwarf in Thor. They had to call him.
Well, Willow was his big role. So
anyway, Warwick Davis is back in Willow. We're getting off topic.
They didn't use him in Lord of the Rings though, bastards. Peter Jackson.
They didn't use him in Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory either. So.
God damn.
Or Oz. What was it like the Wizard of Oz with James Franco? He wasn't in that either.
Oh, that was a good one too. I like that movie.
You would like
that's
that.
also getting rebooted.
you would like it.
All right, that's it for the Neverending Story. Might be a reboot coming soon. We have mixed feelings about it. Let us know.
It's the Neverending Stream.
That it is. Finbar says he was an arsehole. He was an arsehole in the Carl Pilkington show. Ask Bob, he'll know what I'm on about.
Oh yeah. I don't know if he was like putting on a show though, or just acting, but like I think he was pretty rude to Carl. But I don't know. I didn't really see much of that. I missed the Carl Pilkington show. Sorry.
Are you talking about Warwick Davis being an asshole?
Yeah, he was in that.
Did you know he's the highest grossing supporting actor of all time?
Oh
wow.
He's been acting since he was 12.
Wow.
How old is he now? His late 50s?
52.
Oh, early 50s. Okay.
He's been acting since he was 12, and he grew all of 2 inches since then.
That's so bad.
What? Not allowed to say that? Not allowed to make that joke?
It's just wrong. It's wrong because I'm laughing. Oh, God, I'm going to hell.
Oh, yeah. Bob said...
Wait, which C word did I say? I'm trying to rack my brain. Which one? There's so
cunt.
many.
I think you said cunt.
Oh, crap. So sorry.
That's fine. He was a legit knob to Carl. He played midget. I mean, little person Greedo.
Did he really?
Apparently.
The one that's in the Phantom Menace, right?
Yeah.
He does a little dance.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
The Gabbing with Geeks has been fun, but after this show, we're probably going to get cancelled.
We're done.
Have you heard any of our past shows? If we haven't got canceled yet, we're pretty good.
That's true.
All right, so let's go on to some gaming news. We all know about the Intellivision Amico Karma engine, but that was based on skill level. What if I told you that they were working on a Karma engine based on your emotions?
Oh, God, I'd say it fits right in with the year 2022.
That's right. We're going to be talking about the new emotion-based Karma engine. I don't think they're calling it a Karma engine, but that's the best way I could describe it, I guess.
Does that mean white people are destined to lose every time?
I don't know. Are you emotionally unstable or what? This comes from Tech Explorer. It says scientists develop model that adjusts video game difficulty based on player emotions.
This is fascinating.
So as you can see here, creating a better experience adjusting video game difficulty based on player emotions. This is the little graph. It says, in video games, difficulty is a major factor that can make or break the player's experience. Researchers use dynamic difficulty adjustment, DDA, to change the difficulty according to the player's performance in real time. Player state prediction model trained using machine learning. Monte Carlo tree search algorithm determines the AI opponent's next move. The DDA agents targeting different effective states, challenge, competence, balance, and flow. DDA agent tailor the AI opponent's behavior to improve the selected effective state, improve player experience. So if you're like feeling upset or bad, I guess, because you're losing, they're like, hey, let's make the game easier so you feel good and win. Can be applied to many different types of commercial games to balance game difficulty. Simplify playtesting and game development. This is weird, right? Because this shows how out of touch scientists are. But they got a Nintendo Switch, an Xbox controller, a Super Nintendo controller, and a regular Nintendo.
And the Japanese Sega Genesis.
Yeah, kind of like a CD. It's just a CD. I don't know what system it goes for, but just any CD.
Sega CD.
But like the Switch would be the newest. I guess this looks like an Xbox One. I'm not sure if it's the new Xbox looks the same. But they should just put video games here. Video game machine. Generic video game machine.
Right.
Potential uses in fields that can be gamified, such as education, healthcare, and exercise. Ooh, damn. All right. So it says the novel approach to dynamic difficulty adjustment takes into, I don't know, why is this trailing off? I guess that goes to the chart, whatever. Difficulty is a tough aspect to balance in video games. Some people prefer video games that present a challenge, whereas others enjoy an easy experience. To make this process easier, most developers use dynamic difficulty adjustment, DDA. The idea of DDA is to adjust the difficulty of a game in real time according to the player performance. For example, if a player performance exceeds a developer's expectations for a given difficulty level, the game's DDA agent can automatically raise the difficulty to increase the challenge presented to the player. Though useful, this strategy is limited in that only player performance is taken into account, not how much fun they are actually having. So they want to make it so that you're having fun, but isn't like this is going to be weird because like sometimes I'm not having fun, quote unquote, but I still enjoy the challenge, right? Like you might get frustrated, but you don't want to make the game easier. You want to beat the challenge.
Right. And who's to say that like just because I'm angry and pissed off at the game that I'm not having fun? You know what I mean?
Isn't there some games that slide difficulty anyway if you're getting really bad at the game? So
yeah, Resident Evil 4 was the first big example of that.
Yeah, well, that's what they're talking about when they say the DDA based on performance. In a recent study published in Expert Systems with Applications, a publication I've never heard of until today, a research team from the Gwangju Institute of Science and Technology in Korea decided to put a twist on the DDA approach. Instead of focusing on the player's performance, they developed DDA agents that adjusted the game's difficulty to maximize one of 4 different aspects related to a player's satisfaction, challenge, competence, flow, and balance. The DDA agents were trained via machine learning using data gathered from actual human players who played a fighting game against various artificial intelligences, AIs, and then answered a questionnaire about their experience. Oh, because questionnaires are always fucking great, right? Because nobody ever lies or doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about when they answer a questionnaire.
It's foolproof.
Yeah. Using an algorithm called Monte Carlo tree search, each DDA agent employed actual game data and simulated data to tune the opposing AI's fighting style in a way that maximized a specific emotion or, quote, effective state. One advantage of our approach over other emotion-centered methods is that it does not rely on external sensors, such as electroencephalography. So this big word here says Associated Professor K, who led the study. Once trained, our model can estimate player states using in-game features only. Is that you, Gary?
What's that?
Sounds like you're shaking a rattle.
Shouldn't be me. I took a deep breath.
I'm on mute.
I think I broke my rib again.
Is that advantageous, the broken rib?
Fuck no, it hurts. I'm uncomfortable right now.
Because I've heard people having their ribs removed but never breaking them. I was wondering if it had the same effect.
Cracked, fractured, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's not comfortable, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, so the team verified through an experiment with 20 volunteers that the proposed DDA agents could produce AIs that improve the player's overall experience no matter their preference. This marks the first time that effective states are incorporated directly into DDA agents, which could be useful for commercial games. Commercial game companies already have huge amounts of player data. They can exploit these data to model the players and solve various issues related to the game balancing using our approach, says Associate Professor Kim. Worth noting is that this technique also has potential for other fields that can be gamified, such as healthcare, exercise, and education. And that's it. It's the end of the thing. So what do you think?
To me, it sounds really interesting. I'm really hyped to see more AI used in video games, like for various different things. So that's quite intriguing to me.
Haunted Wisp says this is like the medieval, quote, humors. They just make up terms because they don't understand things. Justin says this is why I retro gamer. Modern games are cats. Participation trophies.
I mean, it goes to show, or well, at least like Bob, you've been playing the
Elden Ring,
Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah.
So, and obviously, yeah, a game with AI can really drive a game really far. So, like you said, it's interesting where they take it. It sounds kind of like you wouldn't want this, but I mean, if they implement it right, you never know. This could be cutting edge stuff. So
I worry that, like, how are they going to like judge certain things? Like what you were saying earlier, Tony. Like, how do they know that what's going to be? I don't know. Like various things. Like some people might want to challenge. Like, are they going to like some people like to be stressed in some games? Like, are they going to tweak that depending on the type of game?
I just wish developers didn't even have a difficulty mode. Just make the game hard or not hard. Because it's like when you put a difficulty mode, a lot of the times it's just fucking sponge enemies or just like really shit. Yeah, like if you're going to make a hard mode, then there has to be some creativity. Like, oh, you could do more damage, but the enemies do more damage. Like stuff like that is more interesting. Like instead of just being like, oh, we're just going to like scale up and make it harder. Like it's just like, yeah, but what if the game is a shooter?
right, they should have different attack patterns or different animations, stuff like
or
that.
New
to make it more
enemies.
unique. Right. I don't agree with the bullet sponge stuff. It's especially if it already took you like in a normal mode it takes you a couple minutes to just whittle a guy's life down. It doesn't make any sense that's the only modifier that you're getting out of choosing a harder mode. So I agree there.
100%.
Yeah, I'm on the fence on this because on the one hand, making it adjust the difficulty is helpful to people that are bad at games, right?
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, not every game is meant for you to win, right? This goes with like Elden Rings and your like Demon Souls and your Dark Souls and all that kind of thing. Like, just because you bought it doesn't mean that you are entitled to see the ending or to beat the game or to overcome the challenges, right?
Mm.
It's like if you buy a book, right? Imagine you bought an astrophysics book, right? You're not guaranteed to understand what's in this fucking book, right? There's no one there holding your hand and telling you what everything. It's up to you to like search out terms and learn things and whether or not you have an understanding. So just because you bought the game, and I hear this a lot, well, I bought the game, I should see the ending. No, it's not how life works, right? So I don't think this should be implemented in anything. Maybe fighting games are like the only thing that I would see because the AI in fighting games are really cheap a lot of times, especially like the boss enemies. But other than that, no, I don't think so.
Implement it where it's needed. Like, you know what I mean? Like if the story and the gameplay requires that, then that makes sense. But don't put it in every single fucking game.
No, and it can be broken as well. Like, look at Resident Evil 4 as an example. Like, the difficulty scaling was like quite interesting and it worked. But if you're really good at the game, it kind of doesn't work. So, and like people can exploit it as well. So it's not really a perfect solution anyway. I think what Blinded said before, like the intent of the developer, of the difficulty of the game is more important really to me. I don't think there should be different modes.
Yeah. Justin Reviewer says Madden already has this. A lot of games already have the difficulty adjustment based on performance. Like I said, this is going to be based on your emotional state, whether or not you're satisfied with the way things are going. I don't know if they're going to like plug it into your brain so they know, or they're just going to assume based on your play habits or something?
No, the article
Well,
said it's going
yeah,
to be
it's
from.
right. It specifies that it already took from tests that they did.
Right, but
With-
that would make it for those specific people, right? Are they going to have to test everybody? No. So they would have to create the system, and then it would have to have certain factors that happen that would tell the system, oh, Gary's not happy with the way this game is going, make it easier, or Gary's not happy, make it harder, right?
Yeah, I think that
Right.
comes from the machine learning. You train the algorithms to detect certain things, and then it will analyze your gameplay. And
But no, I agree. I get what Tony's getting at, but I think it's very basic. So it's a system that could probably have its faults not be working correctly. Like, wait a minute,
Yeah, because
I'm not pissed off right now, right?
Mm.
And I don't think machine learning is going to be able to successfully anticipate everybody's emotional state based on certain stimuli.
I think the only way to do it properly would have some kind of monitor system on yourself to check heart rate and all those other different factors that go into that.
I thought that's what the article was trying to say, that they've doing this so you don't have to have those monitor systems.
Yeah, and we're saying that it's not going to work.
Well, I mean, it'll work to a certain extent, but they're going to have it. It's going to have its issues, right? You're going to have somebody who's like, well, wait a minute, I'm not upset right now. Why is the game getting easier? It's getting too easy. So yeah, it's going to have its faults if that's the way they go. And that's from the article. That's at least what it sounded like. They had an algorithm in place, and they were learning from the gamers that they tested on. So they're going to have just kind of a base algorithm.
Yeah, so
we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, wait and see. Interesting. Not for me. Hopefully, you could toggle it on and off.
I'm still waiting on the day we get those games that get hooked up to your, you put the little sensors on your brain, and you don't even have to use a controller. You can just play with your mind.
I'm waiting for the day we just plug it straight into our brain, and then we're like, I'm done. I beat it already. Because like your brain just did everything instantly.
Wow, that was a fun game. I just got rated to $70.
Because you could think like you would be able to like just instantly transfer your thoughts into the game and the reactions and everything. Like
that's the most awful idea ever.
You'd be like, oh well, let me watch a movie. Hold on. Done. That was
done.
Oh God.
Kind of like the Matrix, just uploaded to your brain.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you just learn how to do judo and you just beat the new Pokemon. Fuck that.
I wonder how much information you could actually put inside someone's brain that way. Like, would there be a limit?
Yeah,
I don't think there is.
Explode.
I forget. My friend was telling me like there's a crazy amount of storage in the human brain if we could live longer. I forget what number he used.
Yeah, but is there? Because like
I think
people's
some
memories
people's
are pretty shitty.
I think some people's memories cap out. My memory's good.
Like, is the brain a system where like it has a bunch of stuff in storage, you just can't access it? Like, oh no, those files are not available to you. You just can't remember that.
Not really, from my understanding. It's like neural pathways which get formed on recognition.
Oh, okay,
and it's
Bob.
like a lot of comparison stuff.
What did you eat for breakfast 2 weeks ago, Friday?
I have no idea.
Right, but your brain probably does, right? It's probably in your brain somewhere, that information.
No, I don't think it is.
I think it is. That's what I'm
No.
saying. Because we have
Yeah,
people
but no,
who
but
can have that.
Well, here's a good example, Bob. Bob, have you ever had like in past years where you're like, oh shit, I forgot about that memory, and it just comes back to you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So it, like Tony said, it's stored in there.
Long-term
It's just
memories.
you just don't know how to access it. So, and I think that's totally possible.
Finbar says he has 128K memory. I got 2 terabytes inside my brain.
I know I'm pretty much maxing out my memory capacity at the moment.
Bob's gonna forget his name. He's like, "Who the fuck's Bob?" Yeah. So that would be
the Amico ruined my memory.
Oh God.
your memory of the Intellivision or what?
Just light. I remember how good it was before the Intellivision Amico was announced.
I don't know. There's like pre-Amico and post-Amico, and I don't know. Things were different pre-Amico.
It used to be a simpler time back then.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of simpler times, D23 has been going on this weekend, and yesterday there was a gaming showcase for Disney games, Marvel games. I think we're gonna go and take a look
Mobile
at that.
games.
D23 sounds like Dungeons and Dragons to me. Like
So we're gonna go over the D23 gaming showcase. It is a 23-minute video, which means this live stream is now going to be 6 hours long.
Oh, we're not watching the whole thing, are we?
We are watching the whole thing.
No, please, no.
Look, I'll speed it up. I'll put it on
1.25.
1.5.
Torture blinded more.
Have you seen it?
I have not.
I thought we'd be watching it at some point this weekend, so I thought I'd better not watch it.
I feel like every time I warn you, you guys like it anyway, so.
Let's do it.
Make sure you drop a like to let Blinded know that we enjoy Disney and
mobile games.
Mobile games.
It's because we've had so much disappointment in our lives already.
Look at that! Look at that Avatar! You're telling me you're already? I'm already hooked. Fuck, was that Lego?
Not that Avatar game.
Alien.
Look at that Lego Galactus. What? Come on! You're telling me that didn't look awesome? God damn it! Right there. Look at that! Look at that!
This is all bait. This is all clickbait.
Is it? We'll find it.
Yeah.
Remember, the Force will be with you always.
I don't know. They're clickbaiting me pretty good because I'm excited. I might have to put it on one-time speed.
What's the cell-shaded Marvel game I'm looking at here?
I have no idea. We're going to find out. Disney and Marvel Game Showcase. World premiere. Look at that. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Oh, here we go with the world premieres again.
Hold on real quick. Myself in Comics says, one of you guys need to be a moderator to make sure it doesn't last that long. None of us know how to moderate ourselves in the amount of length we take to talk.
True.
Is this Tron?
Yeah.
You'd be so
It looks Tron-esque, don't it?
Oh, Tron. Uploading with that. That's all you got was that little teaser?
He's about to tell us that was off the chain.
What's up, Tron? Hell yeah. He's all excited. All you got was like 2 seconds of a fucking logo.
Tron Identity. What a way to start the show. Welcome to
I would love to see what DJC had to say about that.
Blessing Adeoye Jr. and today I'll be your NPC guide
going to be on the
game announcements from Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm.
Cross-platform.
My jaw
Now,
hit the
if you want to
ground,
keep up to date
is
with
what he
Twiddle Games'
said.
first adventure in the expanded Tron universe and their upcoming collaborations with Disney Games, be sure to follow their socials. In fact, you should probably drop a follow on all the Disney Game socials for more info on today's world premieres, like this one right here.
Who is this dude? Is that dude anybody?
I don't know, but he was scary at 1.5 speed.
He was. But I'm saying, like, if you're going to have somebody host something, right?
He's got to be notable, right?
Yeah. Like, or else just fucking do narration over the fucking footage. Don't have a guy come out. Nintendo Switch. I'm all excited.
So this is that world game, ain't it? Or no?
No.
Mickey, Minnie, Donald.
Oh, I heard about this. I didn't click on it though. I wanted to see what it was like.
This looks like it's based on the newer cartoon that came out.
It does, because Mickey Mouse looks awful.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like a Rayman clone.
Like, what was wrong with Mickey Mouse that they had to change? Like, I'm again with the iconic look of characters, they don't need to be changed. And Mickey Mouse is one of the most iconic characters. Why the hell do you think you needed to change the look of Mickey Mouse?
Actually, they did need to change the look of Mickey Mouse, Gary. Because as you know, copyright law only lasts for 60 years. So they changed the look of Mickey Mouse in order to get 60 more years out of this version of Mickey Mouse.
Ugh.
Just like they're going to lose the rights to the Steamboat Willie version of Mickey Mouse. So it's probably had something to do with that.
If others are in need, we should help them.
It looks seamless though, like from game to cutscene to cartoon.
I agree with Bob though. It does look like Rayman Legends.
It's okay. We'll explain.
Not necessarily a
Illusion
bad
Island.
thing.
No, I like that game. It's good.
Yes.
That was awesome.
And wish list it today.
Disney Illusion Island debuts exclusively on the Nintendo Switch system, and
Exclusive for the Switch.
Co-op with up to 3 friends as the Fab Four, you can put it on your wish list today. Now, if you've been wishing for more info on Marvel's Midnight Suns, I've got you. In this RPG from the tactical geniuses at Firaxis Games,
Is this the card one?
first customizable original hero in a Marvel game. Lead Blade, Magic, Ghost Rider,
This is the one you're excited about, right, Tony?
Demons, plus the Elder God
Very
and Dawn,
excited.
with revolutionary card-based tactics featured in this all-new gameplay trailer.
Card-based tactics. Fucking down. And it's Marvel. It looks a little janky though at 1.5 speed. I'm not gonna lie.
But this is being made again by the guys who did XCOM.
Yeah, Firaxis, and the main character is a created character.
Oh, okay. Create your superhero.
I think Blinded would like get mad and tell you it's nothing like XCOM.
Yeah,
No, I think he said he liked. Did he? I thought he was excited for this one.
Yeah, but we compared it to XCOM, and like he was like, "No, it's not like XCOM. It's completely different."
I mean, it's got that vibe to it. I mean, I don't know. That's the first thing when we initially covered it a couple months back.
Yeah.
The last year it was what it reminded me of. So
it looks awesome. Spider-Man, Iron Man, Wolverine, Blade, Scarlet Witch, Ghost Rider.
I'll be honest, I don't like Wolverine's design there. Sorry.
Not comic accurate enough for you.
He's just there's something slightly off about him, that's all.
Well, I think they're all redesigned to be part of this Midnight Suns group.
Right. They're wearing, like, if you look between Scarlet Blade and I mean, actually, all the majority of them, yeah, they all have, they're donning this gold and gray look black outfit. So,
Finbar agrees. Lego Galactus looks awesome.
yeah, he did. That would be a sweet minifig.
Look at that. Doctor Strange Defender skin from the movie. Pre-order now.
You heard what the trailer said. Marvel's Midnight Suns is coming out this year on December 2nd for Windows PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. And it's available to pre-order today. But that's not all. Right now, we have a sneak peek of the intro for the set of new prequel shorts that gives a never-before-seen preview.
So Captain America is also in it. Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, and some other characters.
Of the heroes that you'll be playing as.
And we're going to get to see little mini movies. Look at this.
Oh. Ooh.
We get little anime cutscenes.
I like this.
Yeah, this does look nice. I don't know why Blinded, every time something happens, Blinded's like, I don't like this shit. And that's you, Hunter. Prequel shorts.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to be dope. Be sure to follow at Marvel Games and the Midnight Suns social channels for more information. And now, here's some exciting news about a Marvel game you can play today.
Yeah, it did look like the Mickey Mouse shorts cartoons. Now, this is the mobile game that Blinded was complaining about. It's actually pretty fun, but it is very pay to win.
Yeah, that sucks.
If you don't pay anything, you will have fun with the game, but you're not going to be on top of the leaderboards or anything like that. But Strike Force is a decent game.
I mean, that's every mobile game pretty much. So.
Now listen, I know you came here for the trailers and DLC announcements and big reveals, and not me, but I'm cool with
And
that.
DLC announcements. No DLC announcements.
Marvel.
Oh, hi there. You look like someone who's ready to join me on a wild ride to the multiverse. What's that? You have plans right now?
I think this is an actual game.
Welcome to Marvel Snap. You can access
physical
your house, your workplace, bathroom at your workplace. Let's be honest.
What's up, Blinded? You
Bathroom,
back?
right?
It's clobbering time.
And it's as easy to play as solitaire. Actually, easier. I don't think I've ever won a game of solitaire. But here's the twist. These cards are superpowered. Like the entire canon of Marvel characters kind of superpowered.
Is that Aquafina?
Possibly.
Maybe you, like me, would love to see Shang-Chi kick Thanos' evil purple butt. Or you've always wondered what the Guardians of the Galaxy would look like in 8-bit mode. Well, wonder no
No,
more.
that's cool. I like it.
It's easy to pick up and so much fun to
Is
master.
this a mobile game? I'm
In
in.
other words, less time than
Yeah.
a bagel takes to toast.
We're playing it on stream. We're gonna dedicate the channel to this game.
Ugh.
Blinded left as soon as I said that.
The game launches on October 18th. Pre-register now at marvelsnap.com.
Hold on, wait. I thought that was is that our Lego Galactus or
Marvel Snap
No.
on your Android and iOS devices on October 18th. And be sure to stick around here for more Marvel reveals later in the showcase.
so there was
First,
an
next year,
actual
gamers are
Lego
getting dropped
Galactus?
Yeah, I'm down for Marvel Snap. I'm registering right now on my phone.
into the middle of a xenomorph outbreak in the tactical squad-based action of Aliens: Dark Descent. In this look at gameplay,
No.
take a squad of Marines on missions as you infiltrate
This
and
will probably
investigate
be
xenomorph
good, but
develop your tactics, assemble your colonial Marines, and take on the xenomorph hordes in Aliens: Dark Descent next year on consoles and PC.
That
But
looks
first,
decent.
let's talk about Avatar and revisit Pandora. In Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, you'll be immersed in the beauty and danger of the alien
This
world.
looks nice.
Experience a living and reactive
I don't
world
like Avatar as a
firsthand
movie,
Na'vi.
but this looks
You'll
nice.
explore the
No,
environment and
Avatar
interact with all new
sucks.
creatures, plants, and
Yeah,
characters
apparently-
in
without it.
Western frontier.
Apparently, the original Avatar game was actually pretty good.
Was it?
for like what was that on Xbox?
Yeah.
Lego Star Wars: The
PlayStation
Skywalker
2?
Saga with sales records like Rebels,
No,
taking out
Xbox
If you haven't
360.
picked it up yet, or you've
It
already
might have
bought
been on
Oh, okay.
PS2.
here's another reason to jump into
I
the
don't think
Skywalker
it
saga.
was though.
New characters including Cassian Andor,
All the
Reva,
Disney games,
Captain Rex,
wouldn't that be
and more are
something?
coming to Lego Star
I
Wars:
understand
Skywalker
they're
Saga
currently in
soon.
talks.
Take on even more stormtroopers, wield a lightsaber, or the Force.
I've wanted to play this for a while, but I heard there were a lot of
Expand your
bugs when it
character
first came out.
A lot of Lego games have
The Galactic
bugs.
Edition comes out this holiday season with 13 character packs.
Well, there's a lot, right? There's a lot to it. So
Now, for those who don't know,
It's a given.
Lucasfilm Games is known for more than just Star Wars titles. Today, the voice of Guybrush Threepwood, Dominic Armato, is here to share a look at the upcoming Return to Monkey Island.
Hello, fellow pirates. My name is Dominic Armato, the voice of
I heard a lot of people had like big issues with the new look of the.
yeah, the art style. Yeah,
Guybrush.
I think it's fine.
Don't be fooled by the name. The Monkey Island Adventure series is about pirates, not monkeys. It's been a part of the Lucasfilm family of games for more than 30 years, beginning in 1990 with the Secret.
I've actually never played
I
any of
want to be a
these.
pirate. Through the years, each game has been carefully
No.
crafted to feature the humor.
I played the when they remastered it for the
video game series. Plus, we got some
360 arcade, the Xbox Live arcade.
score and a gorgeous illustrated art style. We've also put together an in-game scrapbook in which Guybrush Threepwood.
I don't have a problem with it because I think it embodies what the original was, though. I think that's why the art style doesn't bother me.
The secrets hidden in
But I can understand that
Play it
it's
on Nintendo Switch or PC on September 19th.
it's not going to please everybody.
You
So
can download an iPatch and celebrate Talk Like a Pirate Day on September 19th by picking up Return to Monkey Island. Lucasfilm Games isn't the only team bringing the nostalgia vibes today. Over the last few years, Disney Games has revived classics like Aladdin, The Jungle Book, and The Lion King, and now they're teaming up with Empty Clip to bring back another classic, Gargoyles Remastered.
Hell yeah!
Ooh,
Like a Viking needed by Goliath.
not bad. It's an expensive Sega Genesis game,
Flying back to the world of Gargoyles Remastered. You can grab your phone and start unlocking heroes in this Disney
Which I
Pixar action
have.
RPG right now.
Look at his first look at a new thing.
When the call goes out for heroes.
Uh-oh, the old lady's going to like this.
This is the
Boogie
mobile game.
Boogie.
Sometimes the best hero
Yeah,
This is a Mirrorverse.
but it's got other characters. Yeah, see, Ursula.
will get the job done and doesn't care who they have to push aside.
You with us this time, Blinded?
I'm not sure. I keep.
We can slightly hear you, you're just low volume. I like the designs of the characters here.
There is strength in numbers.
But they're not accurate.
Finbar says, yeah, I think they got death threats. Yeah, the Monkey Island people got death threats and all kind of other shit.
I'd suggest downloading Disney Mirrorverse.
And she's more of like a mobile player. She likes screwing around on her phone, so I think she'd probably like that.
What's your favorite thing to play on the phone? Tinder? Bubble?
She plays those puzzle games and shit like that.
Candy Crush.
Not that one per se, but it's like a match 4 game.
I love match
The
3.
but she likes the Disney ones too. So the two, I can't remember what it's called.
Look at this, a Disney racing game?
Ooh, but with more realistic graphics.
Yeah.
This looks like Disney Infinity or something.
No, I think this is just a racing game. That's it.
No, I'll agree. It does have a very Disney Infinity kind of toy look to it.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying that unlike Disney Infinity, I think this is just a racing game.
Oh yeah, Disney Infinity's dead.
Speedstorm.
Where's Lightning McQueen?
It looks interesting, but the questions I have, like, is it just going to be like a racing game with Disney characters, or there's actually going to be more cartoony, like Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong Racing, or like Mario Kart?
Oh, and that trailer was misleading too. It looked like a very dark, gritty, more realistic looking game, but when we get into these actual tracks, it looks very cartoon-ish looking, animated, anime.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah, it looks cartoony.
And the trailer looked really good, but
yeah, it looks Mario Kart-ish. The trailer made it look more like Need for Speed, and this looks like more like Mario Kart. Which isn't bad.
no, I mean it's a pretty looking game, but if you thought you were going to get like more of a dark, gritty look to the Disney world, that was.
I wonder how many miles per screen Mike Wazowski's pulling. I guess we'll all find
Not
out
what it
together in
is.
Disney
All right, good night,
Speedstorm,
Mitty.
PC and console. And now, let's take a stroll through an idyllic Disney neighborhood.
Later. This is the one that looks as like Animal
Sims?
or like a
Animal
Sims
Crossing.
or
Yeah.
Animal Crossing. Yeah, I think it could be big. I think this could be a big game if it's done right.
Yeah.
We're adding Toy Story stuff to it.
I've read some stuff about this game. It looks quite interesting. It kind of looks like they're going for the market that Animal Crossing couldn't reach.
Was it already out? Because this looks like it's DLC. The way they present it.
It's out in early release.
Roger that.
I think.
Available today. Play the Toy Story Adventure this fall. So the game is out, and then the Toy Story DLC is coming out this fall.
Game Pass, so it's already available free.
If you want to help out some of your favorite Disney and Pixar friends in Disney Dreamlight Valley right now, good news, you can. With Xbox Game Pass or by grabbing the Founders Pack on your PC or just about every console you own. Now, for those who are looking for an action-packed MMORPG shooter that you can play in the palm of your hand, look no further than Avatar Reckoning. Soon, you'll be able to battle for the future of Pandora on your phone, but for now, we've got Jared Yeager, an executive producer at
No thanks.
here to tell you more.
Hey everyone.
You don't
I'm
like
excited to give
shooters?
you a sneak peek at the upcoming
I don't like Avatar.
In this MMO
Anything Avatar related, I want nothing to do. I don't like the world. I don't like anything about those character design is ugly.
You'll customize your own
No,
You know what
thank
this
you.
looks like?
You'll be able to collect
This
and
looks like
customize a range of
fucking.
weapons to prepare you for your journey. As you set out across single-player missions, you'll
Come on, what the hell's
discover new
that?
regions as you unravel a mysterious
PUBG is like
encountering new
PUBG, but
plans
with
and defending
Avatar
yourself from
skin.
the perils of Pandora, from creatures to the RDA forces. You'll also be able to play both with and against others in online multiplayer. Team up in instances.
Well, what was that
players,
show?
survive against
Wasn't
violent
it basically
battle
like
players,
Was it Defiance
team up
or?
against other players across a variety of maps. You'll be able to experience all of
Yeah.
this and more when Avatar Reckoning hits your mobile device soon.
Yeah, Avatar Reckoning just looks like a PUBG
And
or a
now,
fucking
another world premiere.
that other one that the kids play.
Fortnite.
Fortnite,
Yeah,
yeah.
Fortnite. There you go.
Uh-oh. That was this. Oh, this is. I know what this is. Everyone's been talking about this.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we don't get struck for the song.
Smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies drive the dark clouds far away.
Yeah, this is what's her name, right?
Captain America. The Black Panther. People were like, who the hell are these two other characters? Because this is obviously
Black Panther.
But it's not the T'Challa version. I think it's the T'Chaka version.
All right.
Because it's set during World War II. Because this is just a World War II soldier, and this is just a Wakandan.
Right.
That's all you
Let's
get.
freaking go. I know you're probably hopping onto Reddit to break down all those Easter eggs, but I recommend you don't tab away just yet because there's another world premiere from Marvel Games coming your way right now.
This guy's too excited.
Whoa. World premiere. Oh God. Spider-Man, go.
Oh, they made Thor a black chick. Woke.
That looks interesting. I'm probably going to get that.
Marvel Go, is that basically what it
All
is?
right, that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. We made it. It only took us not an hour.
Record
No
time.
thanks. These kids and their fandangled mobile games.
Blinded says StreamYard's killing his phone, but it's his grandfather. So I don't know what the hell T'Chaka's father's name is, but what do you think? Excited by these Disney games that are coming out? Not excited?
No.
Not really.
I'm excited, obviously, for the Midnight Suns. Other than that, kind of meh. The Marvel Snap or whatever, the mobile card thing, looked pretty interesting.
I really think that the gamer burnout is starting to happen to a lot of people, and I say that because even just like prices on retro stuff hasn't gone up for a few months. I mean, it's been like 4 or 5 months has been staying at like it's like flatlined, and if anything, it's going down. So I think just people are in general are burned out on video games, all kinds of video games. And then that being that, like Blinded said, this year was not really that great of a year for video games. I mean, it was. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's great games out there.
Elden Ring came out this year. It's been an amazing year for games.
But I don't think anything mind blowing. Like, oh my God, you have to play this game. Like Elden Ring, I'll give you credit. I'll say, okay, yeah, it was a good game. But was it like you had to convince your buddy down the street, like, dude, you have to buy an Xbox to play this game? It is like nothing you've ever played before.
You don't have to buy an Xbox to play that because you can play it on PlayStation.
Well, I'm just saying, like there hasn't been a game out this year that was just like, oh, holy shit, you have to pick up a Switch or an Xbox or a PlayStation. You have to play this. It's like nothing you've played before. And I think there's a lot of gamer burnout going on now.
This is something I see quite often with like retro gamers, like, and it bugs me so much. Like, you guys always say, oh, I want something really new and like system seller and like crazy inventive. But like, I don't know if that's just like fantasy talk, really, because it's like,
I mean, it isn't. Here's the thing, and I couldn't, like, I know you're wanting me to tell you what would that game be. I don't know. Somebody has to make it. Like, that's the thing. We're not going to know it until it's there. It's like movies. It's like, what's the last like really good like huge movie franchise like Harry Potter? Like, what has been Harry Potter type level of, oh my God, like
cinematic universe?
I disagree. I don't think it's on the level of Harry Potter.
You don't
I don't think it's on the level. I don't think it's on the level of Star Wars. I think they've sold the tickets. I think definitely people are willing to go and watch these movies. I mean, hell, we've done nothing but the last year and a half criticize every show and every movie for being garbage.
All right, hold on for a second, Bob. I owe you an apology. You're good take, Bob. You're bad take, Gary.
Yeah, bad take, Gary.
So D23 Gaming Showcase. Not too impressed. I was the only one who liked at least a couple of things.
I liked a couple of things. I agree with the Midnight Suns. I think it looks good.
Yeah. Moving on. I guess we should talk about the highest selling console of 2022.
Oh, yes.
Despite the Nintendo Switch selling so well overall.
The Amico. Oh, wait.
The PS5 is somehow the best-selling console of 2022. I'm shocked.
Supply and demand. No, supply and demand.
No. Why supply and demand?
Because if there's no supply, you can't buy it, right?
There is a supply, though. I mean, clearly, if they've surpassed the Switch, there is.
This comes from GameIndustry.biz. PS5 overtakes Nintendo Switch to become 2022's best-selling console so far, according to the UK monthly charts. The new Saints Row sold best on Xbox platforms in the UK. What's up with that, Bob? Saints Row, which is being lambasted by everybody, for some reason is like the best-selling game for 2 weeks in a row on the Xbox.
Because Xbox don't get like good original games like we get on PlayStation. So, like,
Talk
any
about
third
VR.
party.
I don't know nothing about VR.
Maybe we could talk about some VR in the gaming with Geeks.
Yeah. So let's go over this real quick. It says it was another strong month for PS5 in the UK with stock levels up 56% in August compared to July.
Is this? Hold on. This is just strictly UK.
Well, that's the only charts they have.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, that's not a great metric to go by.
I guess they extrapolate out considering, but this is the GfK data. As a result, Sony's machine is currently the UK's best-selling console of the year so far. The platform moves ahead of Nintendo Switch. Nintendo's hybrid console also enjoyed a sales increase of 4% in August. Xbox Series S and X also sales remained steady last month, but was in third place overall. In total, nearly 125,000 consoles were sold in the UK during August, a rise of 20% over the months before. However, just under 888,000 consoles have been sold this year, which is a drop of nearly 36% compared to the first 8 months of 2021. So that's over a third difference.
It's going to be even lower next year.
Oh yeah, because the UK's having all those issues. The Queen died. Gas prices are rising.
Energy
Prince Charles is in charge now. Charles in charge.
Sure. Nice.
I seen a headline, Bob. What do you think? It said, "Guy finally gets the job after 76 years."
Or no. It was old after 70. Yeah, after 76 years, old man finally gets a job.
Pop's like, "Don't talk about my king."
No, I don't like Charles.
Are they going to change the song from "God Save the King"?
It has to.
The "God Save the King."
Yeah, probably.
You're going to start putting Charles on the money?
Yeah, we're going to have to.
It's fucking ridiculous. Your way of life, as you know it, is over.
But the weird thing is, like, the Queen's been on the currency for how many years? And, like, Charles is, like, 76 now, I think. How long is he going to be on the currency before he pops the top? We're going to have to change it again more. And, if he lasts as long as the Queen, if he lasts 20 years, in 20 years, we're going to have to change our money again. But
maybe you should just do like us and put classic monarchs on your money, right? Because it doesn't matter who the current president is. We still got the same people on our money.
Yeah, this is true. But we have changed it quite often over the years. Changed it like 3 or 4 times. Cycled out all those good bills and good coins.
All right, let's continue on here. It says, in terms of software, digital and physical data from the GSD, 1.67 million games were sold in the UK last month, a drop of 10% over August last year and down 3% over July. The best-selling game of the month was Saints Row. Somehow, I was told that no one was going to buy this game. It was woke, terrible garbage.
Is it the humor of the game, Bob? Is it the zaniness?
Don't know. I think it's kind of like a bit of that, and also people absolutely love GTA games, so it's kind of like a stopgap between GTA 5 and 6, really.
Yeah, the title from Deep Silver was the best-selling digital game by a large margin, but was number 2 in terms of physical retail releases behind LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Despite having the inferior install base, the open world reboot sold 21% more copies on Xbox platforms. There just isn't anything on Xbox to buy, I guess. It says, outside of Saints Row, the next biggest new game was the PC release of Spider-Man Remastered, which is Sony's fastest-selling PC game so far. Snapping at its heels at number 8 is 2 Point Campus from Sega. Note, this data and chart does not include sales of games bundled with consoles, such as the Horizon Forbidden West PS5 console bundle.
So, well, hold on a second. Was it ever offered on Game Pass?
No.
It just came out.
Well, what I'm saying is, that doesn't mean anything. I mean, there are games that are releasing that are getting put Game Pass day one.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that the game is not on Game Pass, and that the games that are good are being offered on Game Pass. That could be a reason.
Yeah, I don't understand Gary's point. Anyway.
No. Okay.
No, I get what you're saying. They're not. I don't know if they count downloads from Game Pass as part of sales, quote unquote, or if that's just not factored into when they do the charts.
Right.
So I don't know. Over in accessories, 547,122 add-on products were sold last month, which is a slight drop of 0.7% compared with July and down 14.5% over August last year. PlayStation's DualSense controllers continue to do well, with the white and black versions holding the number 1 and number 2 positions once again. New at number 3 is the Robot White Xbox wireless controller, and the Carbon Black version jumped 132 places to number 8. All those Xbox had to buy new controllers for their Saints Row game. And these are the GSD UK August top 20 video games, digital plus physical. Number 1 is obviously Saints Row. Number 2, Grand Theft Auto 5. FIFA 22. Lego Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga. Nintendo Switch Sports, but it's got an asterisk for some reason. Digital data unavailable. So Switch Sports, despite not having any digital data, is number 5 on the charts. It's fucking impressive. Nintendo's always crushing it with their first party. F1 22 is number 6. Spider-Man Remastered is number 7. 2 Point Campus, number 8. Grand Theft Auto Online is number 9. Far Cry, number 6 is 10. 11 is Mortal Kombat 11. Hey, look at that. 12 is Minecraft Switch Edition. Again, no digital sales data on that because Nintendo doesn't release digital sales data. 13 is Red Dead Redemption 2. The Sims 4 is 14. Horizon Forbidden West is 15. Gran Turismo 7 is 16. WWE 2K22 is 17. Mario Kart 8, once again, no digital data available, is number 18. 19 is Dishonored. And 20 is Elden Ring. Despite Gary not liking it, it is still selling in the top 20.
Nice. At least in the UK.
Number 20.
Still hanging in there.
Yeah. Which is impressive because it's been out for quite a while.
Oh, it hasn't been that long.
Didn't it come out last year?
No, it came out this year.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I know it came out this year because we're
It came
waiting.
out like February, wasn't it?
Yeah,
February.
February.
Fucks up my mind.
8 months ago.
Yeah,
So
February.
it's doing pretty good.
It was like right at the end of February, so like the 25th.
Yeah.
Either way, still selling well. PlayStation 5 dominating the charts because PlayStation is the superior console. That's where all the adults play. Children play on the Switch, and angsty teens, they play on their Xbox. Leave your hate mail on Gary's Twitter.
I think it's a good point to transition to Call of Duty.
You read my mind because that's exactly where I was going to go. We're going to talk about the Jim Ryan Call of Duty situation. What is it? What does it mean? I don't know. This comes from Respawn Station, which is a website I've never visited before. Jim Ryan says Xbox's proposed plan for Call of Duty on PlayStation was inadequate. Says there have been a lot of questions floating around about major gaming franchises following Microsoft's move to acquire Activision Blizzard earlier this year. At the time, we seem to have gotten the answer that the popular FPS juggernaut Call of Duty will remain on PlayStation platforms, past the previously established contract between PlayStation and Activision as a result of Xbox's commitment to gaming everywhere for everyone. However, what's this? As we get closer to the deal closing, it has more eyes, such as the Competition and Markets Authority, look closer at the deal in order to evaluate its impact on the industry as a whole. We now have statements from the chiefs of both Xbox and PlayStation that gives us a better idea of what to expect, or perhaps more accurately, what not to. Firstly, last week, The Verge reported that Microsoft will keep Call of Duty on PlayStation for several more years, quote unquote, after the existing deal, which isn't a surprise considering a similar statement was made back in February. That article also states that Phil Spencer has written directly to PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan to share the commitment of keeping Call of Duty on PlayStation alongside the expected release of each new Activision Blizzard title to Xbox Game Pass on day one. But what does the vague, quote, several more years statement actually equate to? Well, today, in a report from GameIndustry.biz, we get to hear PlayStation's side of the story. More specifically, that Microsoft promised to keep Call of Duty on their platforms for 3 years past the current agreement, which Jim Ryan says was inadequate on so many levels, considering the nearly 2-decade history that Call of Duty has on PlayStation. I know some people were saying that PlayStation doesn't need Call of Duty, that they could just revive one of the other franchises. What the fuck was it?
Medal of Honor.
Not Medal. There was another one.
Racking my brain.
For PlayStation. Oh, the futuristic one?
No.
Socom?
Yeah, Socom.
SOCOM, yeah.
Yeah, SOCOM. They're like, we'll just bring back SOCOM.
Yeah, but that's not a first-person shooter. That's a third-person shooter.
Look, I don't fucking like stupid Twitter comments. I'm just reporting what people were saying.
That is stupid. I mean, they just want their multiplayer fix, I guess, but... Battlefield. I'm not a Battlefield fan, sorry.
It says, this is still a developing story, and it's clear that a conclusive decision has not yet been made on how long Call of Duty will remain on PlayStation. Thinking practically, considering the massive player base that Call of Duty has on PlayStation, cutting out that market entirely will have a rather large impact on the franchise's sale moving forward. Since all new Call of Duty games, including the upcoming Modern Warfare 2, will launch on Game Pass, releasing on PlayStation is a good way to tap into those platform sales too. But there is a case to be made that Microsoft wouldn't spend nearly $70 billion to share what would be one of the most lucrative franchises. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think Call of Duty should remain on PlayStation? Should Microsoft be forced?
Fuck no. Hell no.
Well, I say, why is Minecraft multi-plat?
Because they
Microsoft decided to.
Well, because they knew it was the best. Here's the thing: it was the best.
Hold on, say it. What are you gonna say? Say it.
It was the best decision for them.
No.
Financially. To keep it. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. So I mean, you could say financially Call of Duty, but let's be real here.
If Microsoft was smart, okay, go.
So. Who buys? Are the kids who are playing Minecraft, did they pay for the consoles? They don't.
I don't see what's the point of that. I don't see what the point of that.
I think withholding it from PlayStation is, and we talked about this months ago, that was a smart decision for Xbox to honor their deal, but then pull the rug right out from under Sony fans. I mean,
I just think that it's hypocritical. I think it's hypocritical for them to do that because of what Phil Spencer has said in the past about, an open platform and having all these games be on one platform or multiple platforms, I should say.
Well, I mean, times change. Their business model is it's evolving.
He's literally said that a month ago. What are you talking about?
well, it is what it is. A lot
Their
of
whole
stuff
business model is based on this. This is why Game Pass is on PC, not only on Xbox.
I mean, it's a fucking business, though. They can fucking say one thing and slap you upside the head with something you don't like.
Sure, but I don't want these Xbox fans who are like going, "Oh, exclusives are bad." Well, it's like, well, aren't you championing Call of Duty going only on Xbox and PC?
Exclusives are fine with me. I still don't have a problem with exclusives in this day and age. With any, I mean, if you want to fucking if you want to play Halo, you got to play it either on, PC or you're playing it on.
All
your
I'm
Xbox.
saying is it doesn't make sense for a financial reason to keep Call of Duty only on Game Pass. Like they would be making a shit ton of money if it's on Game Pass and PlayStation. They'll be if you're dumb enough to buy it on PlayStation, then go ahead.
Dang.
Right?
Okay, so 1 Inch Bicep says if I bought Activision, I'd make it exclusive. Finbar
and you're not Phil Spencer.
Finbar Saunders brings up a good point. He says Minecraft is multi-plat, because it's the same base game that's been available from the beginning since before Microsoft bought Mojang. Call of Duty games are new every year.
Right. I would say that
that still doesn't make sense. They've
invested little.
Hold on. It makes sense because Minecraft was already on PlayStation. They what are they going to deactivate?
Minecraft is still getting spin-off games.
No, we're not talking about the spin-off games.
We're talking about the base game. We're talking about Minecraft, right?
Well, I'm talking about the brand itself. Minecraft is on multiple things.
You didn't say the brand.
Minecraft.
You just said Minecraft, and that, we were all. The rest
Sure.
of us,
Okay. Fine.
except for you.
Okay, if you want to be nitpicky and semantics.
No, because
no, I'm talking about. Hold on, Tony. Hold on. Like I'm talking about Minecraft in general. Okay.
Right.
Like,
I know that.
But
I'm
I don't
talking
think
about it in general. That's why I compared it to Call of Duty because Call of Duty gets multiple games.
Well, but here's the thing though. Like it stays main line. Like Call of Duty.
No,
stays
it doesn't
main
make sense. I don't care what anybody says. It doesn't make sense.
Minecraft Dungeons is not Minecraft.
Yeah, but you're also missing the point. That let me back up.
Still multiple games.
There's multiple versions of Minecraft as well, which are different. You've got like the Java version and a normal version, so there's still different versions.
Oh, we get that. I understand that.
Okay, so
Call of Duty is definitely going to be on Game Pass, and I wouldn't be surprised if they make it exclusive. Certain parts of Call of Duty exclusive, but like they're not going to yank Warzone. They're not going to if there's other Call of Duty games in development, they're going to pick and choose what goes to Xbox. That would be the smart decision. That would make them a shit ton of money.
Didn't we talk about this where like what was it like Treyarch and whoever else was the other one?
If Modern Warfare is the big seller, keep that only on Xbox then.
Xbox, and I could see that happening. I could really see that happening, but I still think. I mean, I don't know because I'm not the guy crunching the numbers for Microsoft, but maybe it's
sure. None of us are. But Phil Spencer is the one talking.
Right.
The whole point of this comment was it doesn't even make any sense why like PlayStation fans and Xbox fans are even talking about this. Jim Ryan, like he said, I'm only really making the statement because Phil Spencer made a public statement. Like they didn't really want to comment on this, right? And I think they're really obligated business wise to talk about it because Call of Duty does make money on PlayStation. That's an undeniable fact. And once it's no longer on PlayStation, that's going to be a big hurt for them, right?
Well, here's the issues that we have to consider. One, if they take it off of PlayStation and they put it on Xbox exclusively, is that going to drive PlayStation out of business and therefore create a monopoly in the gaming space?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But that is one of the issues with one of the reasons why they're investigating doing all this stuff with the whole Activision Blizzard.
Well, all countries have to investigate this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why they're investigating. So I think the public statement that they're keeping it on PlayStation, I think that's to appease this whole thing. They're like, no, see, we're not creating a monopoly, guys. Don't worry, it's going to be multi-plat for here on out.
For 3 years.
Yeah, but for the reality,
that's a good point. That's a good point.
The reality is, if Xbox does want to drive PlayStation out of business, right? Like if that's their plan, if that's their goal, then making it exclusive to PlayStation in some capacity, whether it's a exclusive modes or exclusive skins or something that's only available on the Xbox version.
Well, PlayStation's already doing that.
Yeah, I understand that, but now that's what I'm saying. Like Xbox can now turn the table on them and do that, especially since Call of Duty is such a big thing. The best thing for them to do would be to put out a statement saying, hey, this next Call of Duty game is going to be on multi-plat, but after that, we're going to start shifting more and more content to be exclusive to Xbox. So
I really think they're going to keep it multiplayer. I think some aspects will multiplat because it just makes way too much money if it's only on one platform.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the single
especially on Xbox
campaign, they might say the single player campaign is only available on Xbox.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot more sense.
But like I was postulating that maybe this is like almost a strong arm tactic that Microsoft could use, because I don't think Microsoft wants to put Sony or PlayStation out of business, but I do think they want to try to force Sony's hand into being more open to cross-play. And I think Microsoft would love to have Game Pass on PlayStation as a service. So
I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it would happen, but like I think they would love it to happen.
It's a
There's
good.
a rumor that they tried it with Nintendo, and Nintendo
Well,
said no.
and this is a good way to force Sony into that position. So,
if you want Call of Duty, you got to have Game Pass on PlayStation.
Right there, you go.
Yeah.
Well, 1-inch bicep says, "How would it monopoly still a ton of game companies outside of Activision? It's not about the companies. It's not about the developers. It's about the consoles. Because there's only right now the big three, right?
Well, if you talk
Nintendo,
about
Sony, Microsoft.
Well, there's like a chart about it. I'm not sure if you can find it where how the industry is divided up, and Microsoft still doesn't own even 50% of the industry.
It is.
It's actually
right,
Embracer. Embracer is more closer.
The whole monopoly argument's a joke, in my opinion.
Well, I don't think it's a joke because even if Embracer owns all the developers and the publishers, right? They still got to be published somewhere. And Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo currently own the only, markets.
They're the
on
market in terms of consoles. Yes.
Yeah.
Marketplaces. Yeah, that you can buy games from.
Yeah. So if Microsoft closes off its marketplace to Sony, to certain games, and say, hey, you can only have them here, you can't have them on Sony, then Sony's marketplace can falter and fall, and then you would have a duopoly between Microsoft and Nintendo. And realistically, Nintendo's not even on the level of Microsoft.
Right. They're the big three, but they're not considered
equal
like Sony. Right. Yeah, not at all. It's a different demographic.
Now, again, I'm not the one making this argument. I'm just telling you the argument that's being made for why they're saying this.
No, we're shooting the messenger, Tony.
Yeah, you can just decide it yourself. What's up, Wiley?
But like, I also think like this monopoly argument is kind of important because I don't know about you guys, but we're old guys. Like, well, apart from blind,
are we?
I think like we kind of like underestimate a little bit at times how huge of a franchise Call of Duty is. It's like
it's massive.
No, it is. It's very massive. I mean, I understood how big it was back when, I mean, early 360 days. I mean,
but what I want to see is, because how these fanboys and these console slaves they act on Twitter, right? What I want to see is that there is a rumor that has persisted, and who knows if it's true or not, but Sony is trying to make GTA 6 a timed exclusive, which is this is very comparable to what's going on with Call of Duty. So, and then people like to cry about that when there's time exclusives, right? They're gonna be like, "Oh, this is a massive game."
That's not a big deal. It's usually 6 months.
I think it is a pretty big deal.
I think that is still a big deal because it's GTA. Well, GTA sells is going to break records right when it comes out of the gate.
I mean, it was a big deal because here's the thing.
It is a big deal. Gary, it's a big deal. It is. It's a fact.
Timed exclusives were always a thing back in the day. Back in the early PS2, Xbox days, timed exclusives.
Yeah, but here's the difference.
Sure, but it's GTA.
Hold on. Here's the difference.
Oh, I get it.
Gary, here's the difference. Back then, the industry wasn't the multi-billion-dollar juggernaut that it is today, right? It was getting there, but it wasn't there just yet. So now, when, like you said, we have a GTA now, right? The amount of copies that GTA 6 is going to sell compared to the GTA Vice City
5
or 5 even, right? It's going to be so much more. And everybody's going to want it as soon as possible, right? A lot of people are not going to want to wait. So when they hear, hey, GTA's 6 months.
Oh, they're gonna buy it instantly wherever they can. First day, right?
And it's gonna force people again, like I was saying with Call of Duty, it's gonna force people to go over and say, "Fuck it, I need to buy a PlayStation 5 so I can play Call of Duty, or I can play GTA or whatever," right? So I think that's why it's a big deal. Timed exclusives in the era.
Oh, I'm saying they are a big deal in sales wise. That's what I wasn't arguing.
No, it's not just sales though. It's not just sales because. Again, it's a huge franchise, right? And that's going to force people. If you have an Xbox and GTA is going to be 6 months to a year on Sony, you're going to buy a Sony PlayStation in order.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, there will be a lot of.
I don't think. I think I could wait 6 months for that game.
You might.
Most people will not. Will wait.
Most people can't even get their goddamn hands on a PlayStation. It won't even matter.
And then people still want it. Like people have all of a sudden now converted to Xbox because they can't buy a PlayStation.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now that means PlayStation is bad. I mean, like, I don't understand that logic, but
1 Inch Biceps.
I
wants to
mean,
know,
it's
why
bad.
don't they release a new Twisted Metal games? They don't release
They
new
are.
Twisted Metal
They're
because
going
David
to.
Jaffe is a crazy person, and he created Twisted Metal.
And that's not a game that comes out every so often. That's a game that needs time in between.
No, Twisted Metal, what it needs is to go back to the original.
Well, it's roots, right? I agree. I think the first 2 games. I think the second one's my favorite of all time. So
Yeah. It doesn't need to have this big storyline and this big fancy fucking cutscenes and
focus on the
realistic
gameplay.
graphics. Just make a fucking.
Unfortunately, that's what the new one's going to be.
I know
because of the
that's what I'm
TV
saying.
show. Yeah.
You know, is David Jaffe involved? Because he's once again a fucking crazy person.
David Jaffe is not involved anything with PlayStation anymore. So
I know he complains about how they
he has some odd
corrupted.
fucking
They
takes.
changed his Twisted Metal. Like I fucking destroyed his Twisted Metal
Sure.
franchise. Also, God of War. Very upset about God of War.
I thought he liked God of War 2018.
He goes back and forth because he's
Yeah, he does that with The Last of Us too. Well, he's not anti.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Thought he was woke.
He's
What the
woke
fuck?
one day and then he goes anti-woke. He's fucking Tommy's best friend. And he's
Yeah, he shits all over Xbox, and it's like, why are you? This is like abhorrent. And then he shits on PlayStation. And you're like, this doesn't even make any sense. It's like, the fuck, like. And he was
Go
doing
back
that
to
with
my
the Captain
previous
America
comment.
game.
Go back to my previous comment. David
I
Jaffe
know,
being a crazy
but
person.
like, I mean, sometimes he says like things are like, okay, this is actually a good point, and you're actually level-headed, and then other times you're like, you're just saying this to be fucking contrarian. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? You should know better. You fucking worked in the industry.
I've never played Phantom Princess, Wiley. I don't know if anyone on the panel has. 1 Inch Bicep says nobody forcing them to buy it. They can wait or bite the bullet. That's the thing with big franchises, right? We say that we go, no one's forcing you, but peer pressure is a thing. In reality, it is a thing that exists, and people are going to feel the pressure. Like other people are playing it, I got to get in on this. It's phenomenal.
Gary and 1 Inch can say that, but it's like if you go and look at the numbers on Rockstar Games, they sell like crazy in the first week.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane.
This is why heroin is an epidemic. The heroin addiction.
All right, I think that's it for this Call of Duty situation. We're all in agreement. David Jaffe is a crazy person. What do we got left? We got Gary's Indie Spotlight. Should we transition from big budget franchise to small indie game? This game here looks great. It looks fantastic. I've been following it for quite a while. I don't like the name.
No, the name's awful. It makes me laugh.
Chester's Revenge is the game we're going to be looking at. I don't know if they at first it sounds like the Chester Cheetah game. It was like, oh, the Chester Cheetah game's getting a sequel, huh? Then I was like, wait, is this like a Chester, like, you know, a kitty diddler? It's like, that doesn't sound good. But it looks pretty fucking badass. So anything you want to tell us about this before we look at the trailer, Gary?
Yeah, this is, I believe the studio's name is Wojo Studios. And this is going to be a 2D side-scroller game that is reminiscent of Days of Old. And actually, let me pull up the Kickstarter page and give you a little bit more than that. So it's Chester's Revenge is an action-packed 80s themed retro 2D shooter heavily inspired by new and old classics such as Cuphead, Mega Man, and Metal Slug. As we speak, they have $4,189 pledged of the $10,000 that they're looking for, with 96 backers and 4 days to go. So they're quite a ways away from their goal, but it does look good. I think it's one of those games that could be fun to play. It's got great animation, great character sprites, and who knows if they're going to hit their goal, but let's dive deep and take a look at the trailer.
We will. As soon as we get to this comment, Finbar says it sounds too much like Custer's Revenge. It does. It does. All right. Let's take a deep dive.
Power corrupts. A sacred carrot corrupts. Ralph stole
It's about
the carrot,
vegetarians.
transformed it. The carrot took a once gentle and beautiful pig and twisted him into the foul creature he is today. Flushed with newfound power and evil intentions, Ralph unleashed the full power of the carrot onto his own herd to devastating effect. My name is Chester. I was a lone survivor. And now I'm on a quest. A quest of revenge.
It's like Rambo plus Barrett as a rabbit.
He kind of looks more like a hamster, though, to me.
Guinea pig.
Guinea pig, hamster, whatever.
But it's about a carrot, and I imagine he's got big buck teeth. No, he's actually a guinea pig. You guys are right. I was wrong. It says,
Oh,
play
he is a
Chester,
guinea
smart
pig.
mouth
Oh,
guinea pig.
Oh,
interesting.
I will set everything ablaze.
8 epic levels.
I will track you down, Ralph, and find my way to Castle Blood.
Seems to be the right amount of number of levels. So I believe it's going to have bosses like Mega Man style.
Well, it's got a manticore.
Why is there always a manticore in all these retro-inspired games?
Because it's an easy thing. It's got a jackalope. Look at that.
Get ready for Chester's revenge.
Gary got us the old trailer, like even before the Kickstarter was announced.
It is, and to be honest, that doesn't really do it justice. I was looking around at different videos, and I think I don't know if that's the only trailer though, but if you do take a look at their updates and their other stuff, at least gameplay, I think they have people playing it, early access or whatever. It looks pretty good.
Well, Wojo Studios,
Yeah, I like the pixel art.
only has the 3 trailers. It was like a trailer, a teaser, and the announcement of the trailer. But this is the Kickstarter for Chester's Revenge. It says, play as Chester, a smart-mouthed guinea pig with an attitude who's hell-bent on a quest for revenge against the murderous Rad Ralph. Chester's Revenge is a retro-style 2D shooter with a strong design emphasis on precision platforming, intense combat, and epic boss fights. Heavily inspired by 80s pop culture and 2D classics such as Cuphead, Metal Slug, and Mega Man. Claim your revenge and crush 8 planned epic bosses across 8 planned kick-ass platforms. I don't like the way that you keep using the word planned. As if plans can change and it could be less than 8. Chester's Revenge was built using traditional 2D pixel art. We wanted to create a look that and feel that comes right out of the SNES era. It looks more like a Genesis game, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's really detailed.
Rock out to the epic 8-bit chiptune traditional soundtrack that will melt your face off and take you right back to the 80s. Again, this is kind of weird because like they're talking about 80s, but Nintendo was already 87 when it came out. Super Nintendo was in the 90s.
SNES was 16-bit, not 8-bit.
No, I thought Nintendo released in 80, didn't it? Or no, am I wrong?
Nintendo was released in 87.
Oh my god, I'm terrible. No, it wasn't.
No, I think it was 85.
No, it was like 85, and Famicom was like 80, wasn't it? Yeah, because Mega Man and all that good everything good came out in 86. Like Legend of Zelda was like 86.
Okay, it says release date 1983 for the Famicom. North America was 1985 in October, but I think that was just the
small release, yeah. Test release or whatever the fuck they call that.
Yeah, it was just released in like New York or something, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
So I think the
Midwest.
It didn't come to Brazil until 1993. Wow.
Holy shit.
The EU in Australia got it in 87. So I get a partial point for that.
No, you get no points. You lost. Good day, sir.
So I think the actual release in North America would probably be 86. You know who would know? Let's call Rab. He knows all about this. He did a detailed explanation on one of the Amico Forever podcasts. Let's call him up. Let's phone a friend. Coming to Steam, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox home consoles. Get pumped.
Dude, that boss right there looks really cool.
See, this is what I hate about these kind of games, right? Like, he's an anthropomorphic guinea pig, and the Manticore sort of makes sense, right? And then you're like, oh, okay, this is like a snake dude that makes sense. And then like, what the fuck is this? Like, they just threw something in there.
Well, it's looking like it's trying to mimic like a mother brain, I guess.
It looks more like a beholder, but like with metal on it.
Oh, yeah, there you go with an armor, yeah, and some tentacles.
There's something just a little off about the animations or the backgrounds or something. Which is...
No, well, it's again, I think it falls in the same line as what do we play Crano?
Yeah.
It has that generic feel to it, so it's not like, and it's the way he's standing. I think it's the sprite of him himself just looks very stiff.
Well, look at the background. It's got like fuzz, like on purpose. Like it's, I don't know if it's
the grain, like a film grain.
Yeah. And also right here, this is really weird looking. When he drops these diamonds, I guess you want to call them. You can see that there's
projectiles.
Like, the projectiles have like an after image on the top for some reason.
What are they leaving, like a trail, like a ghost trail?
Not really, because it's just like in certain spots, like right here. And then
okay, I get you. It's leaving like a residue on the. It's supposed to be on the
that
wall.
might just be because it's a GIF.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully, right?
Yeah, because I've seen that before with GIFs.
Chester's Revenge will be coming digitally to Steam, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, Mac, and Linux, courtesy of our publisher, Bonus Stage Publishing. We're hoping to release the complete game sometime in 2023. Note, console releases are not stretch goals we are hoping for. Thanks to our publisher, these ports are already in the bag and happening 100%.
Well, that's good news.
You can there's a demo. Download the demo on Steam right now.
Well, it's like I said, there was early access, yeah.
Base game, they need $10,000.
Is that a walrus?
Yeah.
Or is that a ram?
This is an elephant. I don't know what the hell this is. If we hit the 30,000 US, we will have enough funding to be able to add 2 additional planned bosses. That would be Gold Tusk and Stormcrow. This would include their respective platformer levels. Yeah, see, so they're only going to have right now 4 bosses plus the main boss.
So okay, so there's 8 levels. They did guarantee 8 levels, but only 4
it said
of those.
8 planned levels.
Oh,
8 planned bosses as well.
Right. So right now, the base game, if they only raise 10,000, they're only going to have these 4 bosses. If they make 30,000, they'll be able to add these 2 bosses. If they make 60,000, they'll be able to add these 2. And that would be the full. Chester's Revenge, A Pig Through Time. If we reach 100,000, we'd commit to building an entire groovy time-traveling DLC adventure post-launch that would send Chester to the far reaches of time. And then I guess this would be one of the Buddy Blaze in the American Old West, Casper Crom, 65,000 BC, Mary Mercury, 1987 Tokyo. So,
ooh,
this looks pretty cool. So yeah, how much did they raise already?
I believe it was $4,000 some odd dollars.
So yeah, I don't think they're gonna make it.
No, it doesn't look like it. It's kind of a bummer too because I think the boss design's not bad. I think they're animating and the boss designs could be would be nice if they could hit at least 10,000.
Yeah, I don't think 4 days. The 16 people watching, I don't think we're gonna get them over the the hump. Guinea pig, I miss you, Dazed. We all miss Dazed.
Dazed's Revenge.
Dazed Revenge.
So yeah, so Chester's Revenge. I was gonna say Custer's Revenge. Chester's Revenge looks good. We should have maybe talked about this sooner, considering there's only 4 days left on the Kickstarter. But Gary was
the
on
game
vacation.
is releasing regardless, right?
No.
Oh, rip.
Oh, damn.
It said if they had 10,000, they would. That's enough for the base game. Let me go back. I just closed the screen. It says the bulk of the budget will go directly towards game art. That is by far the most expensive aspect of development for us. Additional funding will go towards sound and music. Fortunately for us, we already have the bulk of voice acting for the base game already completed. So maybe they'd be able to get a game out, but not the best quality.
Right. It's not. I don't think it's going to be tested to the point where it's going to be bug free.
Well, here's what it says. It says, yes, we have a publisher, but we are still funding the game development costs ourselves, and we need help. We already personally invested over 40,000 USD from our personal accounts and life savings, but our funds have been exhausted, and now we need to turn to Kickstarter to finish the game. The money we already invested has allowed us to create the foundation for the game and release a 2-boss playable demo. But there is more work to be done. For roughly $10,000, we'll be able to finish the core game and deliver a 5-boss experience. A highly successful Kickstarter will allow us to hire additional team members that would speed up the game's production and help us make a better overall product. So no, it sounds like if they do not get the $10,000, the game will not be happening.
Oh, that sucks too, because they've invested $40,000. They said
$40,000, and unfortunately, this is not Indiegogo, where at least they would be able to take whatever they made.
Right, it gets washed away if they don't hit their stretch goal or their goal.
They don't hit the goal in the next 4 days. This game is not going to be made.
And you know what's really sucks. What's really a bummer is that Intellivision got like what, $17 million.
17 million.
they only need a fraction of their money. That sucks.
God damn.
Here's the thing. This was started in August. The project, the Kickstarter. What could end up happening is the publisher. Maybe there's some deal in place where the publisher will put up more money and take a bigger cut of the sales.
Right.
Come on, Nicholas. This is a perfect game for Nicholas to go and throw him a bone. Nicholas. You never heard of Nicholas? The guys who've done like Binding of Isaac.
Okay.
Those publishers.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a slim chance that it still comes out. Maybe they'll go back and finish up 3 stages and release like a small game for like $5.
I mean, they got to get something out. I mean, that's kind of that sucks. You know, that's really hard to hear that they've put a good amount of money in themselves. Yeah, so much work and money in themselves, and to not be able to get what they're envisioned.
But then again, I'm kind of like, where did $40,000 go? Right? Like,
well,
like because realistically, they're not paying themselves, right? They shouldn't be paying themselves if they're not making.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like, here's what you don't understand, Tony. Like, to work full time on that game means they're not working full time, which means they need to dip into.
No,
their money
I understand
so
it 100%, Gary. I understand it 100%. What I'm saying is, they shouldn't be working on it full time if they're not making any money from it. Right?
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. So it's got to be like they do need to work a regular job, and
because like this, right? Like if I was just to say I quit my job and I'm dedicated all my time to YouTube, right? And you're like, dude, you don't even have 1,000 subscribers. You're not making any money off of it. What the fuck are you doing?
It's not economical. Yeah, you got to plan better.
So they had $40,000 that they invested in this, and again, I I'm not trying to shame anybody or the developers, right? I'm just asking, like, where did this money go into? Because
and that's the thing about time management, right? I mean, they obviously miscalculated something along the way, so it's heartbreaking.
I mean, if you're gonna make a game and pour that much money into it, then I think it should be smaller scale, especially if it's like this is your own money. You know what I mean? Like, take a bet on yourself, but don't take a huge risk.
Yeah. How long have they been working on the game? Do you know?
I don't know. I just discovered it today.
So I mean, Yeah, like I said, I'm not trying to shame anybody, any indie developers, but manage your money. Don't quit your job. Don't just go straight in like whole hog. Like, figure out what you need and how much you can survive on. I mean, if you have to quit your full-time job and take a part-time job, and then you do that, that's fine, right? That makes sense because you do need time to work on the game, but don't just like have no job. Like, well, I have no job. I'm going to pay myself out of my life savings with no plan of whether or not it's going to be a success or release, or even you're going to get a publisher or fucking any kind of deal, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, didn't they said they had a publisher?
Well, they have one now, but we don't know how long. Again, it's been in development. How long they didn't have a publisher? What sort of deal? Like, because a publisher is going to look at you and go, "Oh, you're really desperate for a deal? Let me take advantage of you."
Right? Yeah. Let me only give you. You're only getting 10% off sales.
Yeah. So I mean,
they don't want to sell their soul to the devil for. Just to get it out.
Just to save themselves, yeah.
I mean, we've interviewed small-time developers that are like, no, I've been working a full-time job and doing this. The guy who did The Company Man was like, he was working and he did other things.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have to do that until you really get your name out there and become, a studio that people are willing to invest their money into buying your products. So. Unfortunately, it's a shame. It's hard to hear that they're struggling, but I think that is the breaks of working in the game industry. Fortunately,
or like Blinded say, you got to aim smaller. Don't be so ambitious in your project. Just aim smaller, or have rich parents. That always
it does.
I mean.
Maybe they can get a little like a loan from Ryan's World.
Oh, jeez.
Slap a Ryan's World boss in there and be like $20,000.
Oh my god!
But this is exactly like, again, I know I say this like almost every week when we talk about these small indie games. Like, this is the exact situation where if I was in Television Amico, right, I would swoop in and be like, I will give you $10,000 to finish your game. You put it on the Amico 6-month time exclusive, right?
Yeah, and if they could have done things like this from the beginning, I mean, to have games like this that are like, okay, no, it's not going to be the best 2D side-scrolling platformer ever, but it's unique.
Yeah.
And, right.
It's unique, it's exclusive, and it's not that it's cost-effective, right? You go in there and go, here's $30,000. They spent, what they say, $100,000 on some of those games that they were making. So.
Right, and to be truthful, all they needed just to get the base game out is $10,000. So,
yeah, you swoop in there, go.
How many of those $10,000 games could they have purchased?
And even if they went to the whole, what did they say? I said it was like 30 or 40,000 to get the full
experience, right?
Well, here's 40,000. Boom, 6-month timed exclusive. We get 5% of the sales on the Amico version or something, right? Again, these guys are over a barrel. I hate to say this, right? You're kind of taking advantage, but they are over a barrel at this point, right? 4 days left.
Yeah.
There's no reason they wouldn't take it. If I was in their position and fucking Tommy was like, "I'm going to give you money to finish your game and just put it on the," I'd be like, "Hey, take it, give me the fucking money." But again,
stuff like this should go to Game Pass. It'd probably help the devs a lot. I don't see Microsoft doing that. They just pick like more.
Well, the problem
notable.
is that, and that's the thing. I want to say highly curated, but we've seen worse than this game, right? I mean, there was worse that exists on the platform. In the shop,
people. I mean, they want to call themselves the Netflix of games, and Netflix goes around and swoops up really anything.
Yeah.
And this is cheap. Put this out there. It might be good. People will try it. Devs get some benefit. It helps Microsoft have some content.
Good PR. Look at this. We saved this game from failing. We helped these people achieve their dream. This is a feel-good story of the fucking month.
Yeah, if these companies do care about the industry, they should do more stuff like that.
They don't.
I don't see how it hurts.
Sherry says, but Tommy would have made the graphics and audio way worse before release.
Guys, I don't like pixel graphics. We got to change this.
Yeah, let's flatten everything out, make it look like a mobile game, and then never release it.
No, jeez.
Great game. Sadly, it was way late as far as this game being able to make their money.
Hopefully it survives.
Yeah, hopefully. It doesn't look good. Like, I'm trying to be optimistic, but it's like...
Yeah, 4 days. Yeah, not looking good. They got to pull $1,000 backer every day.
When his bicep says television isn't giving refunds, they ain't giving these guys money. You know, I was talking about before, like 2 years ago. Like, that should have been their initial plan, right? Like, if I had 17, if you said, here's 17 million, right? I would have set aside $1 million and be like, go fucking look at Kickstarter for campaigns that are almost going to end, that are making games that would fit on the platform. You know, obviously not something that is like fucking PS5 graphics, but something that would actually work on our specs, right? Go see if you can scoop it up. Hey, this thing, there's so many failed campaigns, right? You could just go in there, 10,000, 5,000, 15,000, 20,000, whatever it is, right? Boom, boom, boom. You get all these games. You get good press because you could go out there and be like, look at all these games that fell into obscurity and never been released. We're saving games, preserving fucking history, whatever angle you want to fucking put on it. The devs would be fucking grateful because they're getting paid and they're finally getting to release their game. You get exclusive, brand new IPs exclusive.
Right.
For me, after I scooped up the game, I would have said 6 months exclusive on the Amico. Plus, we get the right of first refusal on any sequels or spin-offs to this game, right? So you get the exclusive, and then you're going to get any future games that are coming out of it, again, for 6 months exclusive. So
Well, I mean, this didn't happen because Tommy's not a gamer. He doesn't play games. This is smart.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, though. You got to play to the strengths of the system. And again, Sony and Microsoft and even Nintendo, they don't have to worry about this kind of thing, right? Because they're getting games are getting published every day, fucking to their platforms.
Right.
Something like Amico, which needs exclusives in order to survive. In order for a fourth console to survive, you need some sort of exclusives. That's the whole point of the people buying it, right?
Right.
The shit
You need
they
a system
presented,
seller too.
Yeah, the shit they presented, I'm sorry. None of it was a system seller and none of it was really truly exclusive, right?
Yeah.
So if they would have did this plan, again, if they would have put me as CEO, we would have had all kind of shit on the system. Y'all would have been like, fucking Tony's a genius. The Amico would have been out already. Everyone would have been
if only Tommy would have honored that bet.
If only. Say la vie. We got one last article to go over, and then obviously the polls. We're approaching the 3-hour mark, which is ridiculous, but it is what it is. Now we're going to go over the D23 movie announcements that were made. This is a deadline article, so we're not actually going to watch the presentation or nothing. It says D23 Expo 2022, all the movie and TV news we learned from Marvel, Lucasfilm, Pixar, Disney Plus, and more. Disney's movie and television studios, including Marvel Studios, Lucasfilm, Walt Disney Studios, Pixar, and Walt Disney Animation Studios, 20th Century Studios, and Disney branded television revealed plenty of news at the D23 Expo, which ran September 9th through the 11th. It didn't. You can't say it ran September 9th through 11th when it's still the 10th, right?
Well, I think it's an updated article. Maybe it gets updated constantly.
No, it says September 10th. No update. It was posted at 6 o'clock almost, my time.
I was trying to give them the benefit of doubt.
It should say which runs September 9th through the 11th, right? It would be a little bit better. Or which runs September 9th through 11th and still has 1 day left or something.
It's currently running.
Yeah. It's currently running until the 11th. Anyway, at the Disneyland adjacent Anaheim Convention Center. Highlights included panels loaded with cast and creators behind almost every big Disney property, giving fans new looks at everything from Indiana Jones 5, which I believe is just being called Indiana Jones. And somehow Shia LaBeouf's character is not in the movie.
Fuckers. Mutt.
So it's like a weird thing that Indiana Jones marries Marion at the end of Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Mutt's his son, but then the next movie comes out and
he has no son. He's not married anymore.
yeah, unless this is going to be like I said on the other stream when I was on Max's channel, if this is wedged between 3 and 4 or 4, right before 4 or something, because even
which is still going to make it weird because he's like aging like fucking he's like old as dirt now.
They said Salah's coming back. I could have swore he betrayed Indy in the last movie, didn't he?
No, he wasn't in the last movie.
John Rhys Davies. He wasn't.
No, he wasn't. No.
Who was in the Crystal Skull that betrayed him?
He wasn't in the movie until he was in The Last Crusade. That was the last one he was in.
No, he was in. No, you sure?
Yeah, he's not. I just watched the movie the other day. The British, the British dude.
Yeah, that's the guy that betrayed him. All right. Either way, Salah's coming back for them. Also, Short Round was at the D23, but not for the Indiana Jones thing. He was there for the Loki thing because he's going to be in Loki season 2, which is weird.
Mm-hmm. Why is it weird?
Because you would think that they would bring him back for Indiana Jones if he's still acting. I didn't even know he was still fucking acting.
He just reappeared in Everywhere, Everything, All at Once.
Yeah, I could have swore that he grew up to be Justin Wang. So,
Short Round. Are they going to redo a Goonies movie? You think they'll ever remake that movie?
Oh, they better not.
Oh, they will now.
Will.
Now that Gary said it,
yeah, they definitely are.
Didn't they kind of try to do that with, what was that movie, Super 8?
Sort of.
Yeah, but like they need to do, with Goonies, it's got to have the title and everything.
Finbar says Mudhead to return to his home planet.
That movie gets too much hate. I love that movie. I hate everybody.
It's just the whole
does
thing.
Not agree.
If the Crystal Skulls, like the first, I'd say like 2/3 of the movie is good. Once there's our aliens, right, and there's like some weird interdimensional beings, then it's fuck. That's it. I'm out. This isn't Indiana Jones anymore, right? They could have just been like Crystal Skulls that had like mystical properties and just left it there, kind of vague.
It's forgettable.
I mean, I don't. For me, I don't think Kate Winslet's like it's another great character that she plays. I don't know. I'll agree.
You
that
just
it
like
doesn't,
the German babe.
No, I agree. It doesn't fit in with definitely the first movie. I think it fits in. No, I think it fits in. No, I think it fits in with The Last Crusade. I don't think it fits in with the first 2 movies. With that aside, I don't think it's a bad movie that everybody makes it out to be. I just think they're sour because it's not the movie they wanted.
Crystal Skull belongs next to Romancing the Stone, okay? That's where it belongs.
It feels too George Lucas-y, in my opinion.
I mean, can the man ever... He can't do right by anybody, though, so...
Nah, you gotta reel him in sometimes. He has like crazy ass ideas. You're just like, oh, George, slow the fuck down.
Loved and hated, the most loved and hated man on this planet.
Like I said, it wasn't too bad for like the first 2/3. Like even
there's some really good moments in the like. Here's what I love about it. There's some really good moments in it, and there's some really good one-liners. But I get why like people are like
refrigerator atomic bomb. That's all I gotta say, Gary.
That is not that bad of a scene. It's not that bad.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yes,
Even by
it is.
Indiana Jones standards. And remember, this is Indiana Jones who hopped on a submarine and somehow,
Yes.
at the end of the journey, he pops off.
Exactly. He somehow managed to get inside that. So people didn't have a problem with that. I mean, they did, but
I don't think anyone really thought, because the way it's cut, you really don't think about it until later on. You're like, wait a minute, how did he get inside the sub? Like,
Oh man.
But all right, let's say continue on. It says highlights included panels loaded with cast and creators behind almost. We already read that. To Disenchanted and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever to The Little Mermaid. Included in the presentation were new announcements, including Disney Animation's ambitious next project, Wish, starring Ariana DeBose and Christian Slater joining the Willow remake. Disney D23 Expo 2020 photo gallery. I hate when they put these fucking links that have nothing to do with the article.
Yeah.
shouldn't that be at the end?
Or it should be separated so I know not to read it.
Like a footnote or whatever?
Yeah, but
whatever
it makes it look like it's part of the article until you realize. Right. The biennial expo comes as Disney kicks off its 100th anniversary celebration in 2023. Below is the rundown of what was new. Click on the links to read Deadline's coverage. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. The crowd saw new footage from the prequel starring Paul Rudd, Catherine Newton, Evangeline Lilly, and Jonathan Majors. It opens in February 17th in theaters.
That is your guys' national treasure. Is that Canadian right there? I love her.
Oh man.
Who? Evangeline Lilly?
Yes.
They hate her guts here.
She was okay. Like
she's
Lost?
like the worst part of the Ant-Man movies.
I love her, and I just watched.
Oh, unless she's good. Yeah.
I just watched whatchamacallit. I liked her in Hobbit.
Yeah, she's in those movies. I forgot. Yeah, she's okay in them.
Didn't she also side with the truckers in Canada? Like the whole.
Yeah, that's not really the reason why people hate her though.
Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. The crowd thrilled to footage from the MCU sequel starring Angela Bassett as Ramonda. It opens November 11th in theaters. I heard that it was basically the same trailer that we saw, just like a little extended. Captain America: New World Order. New World Order.
They threw our theory out the window with this.
No.
Megamind.
My theory still holds. It says Shira Haas and Tim Blake Nelson have joined the cast of the sequel starring Anthony Mackie. It arrives in theaters on May 3rd, 2024. Tim Blake Nelson is said to be the main villain as the leader. Mm-hmm. I think that the leader is going to create a clone of Captain America using super soldier serum from what's his name? Come on.
Agent America. Oh.
Yeah.
U.S. Agent?
Yeah, U.S.
The dude in the show?
Yeah, the dude in the show. Either way, I think it's going to be I still think it's going to be a clone of Captain America coming out. But Tim Blake Nelson is going to be the one who creates it because Zola is dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they need a new genius.
Mm.
You think what was it? Chris Evans is going to return as Cap?
Yeah, that's what I think. That's my prediction. Is Chris Evans returns as Captain America? People are like, "Oh my God, Captain America's back!" And then it turns out he's really the Red Skull.
I think that would be a good premise. Yeah. But oh man, I think we said this before. The anti-woke people, they're gonna go nuts.
Finbar Saunders says he's reading ahead. He says, "Oh, look at that, Winter Soldier and Thunderbolts. Who theorized that and was shot down by Tony and Bob?" Oh, right, that's me. Yeah, I didn't think that the Winter Soldier had any place. It makes no sense. Something has to happen, I guess, in New World Order for it to make sense that the Winter Soldier is now going to join the Thunderbolts team with the guy who took over the Captain America mantle.
I think they just put him on because he's on the team in the comics.
Maybe.
Because if you look at that lineup, barely anybody is on the Thunderbolts in that lineup.
But also, he might not even be on the team. He might just be in the movie, right?
That's true.
I couldn't believe that they would put the Winter Soldier but not Zemo. mind-boggling.
I think Zemo's going to be in. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Fantastic Four. Kevin Feige confirmed that Matt Shackman will be directing the reboot pick that hits theaters November 8th, 2024. No cast announcement. No nothing.
MCU shills were crying. They're on their knees crying when he said that.
I was disappointed that no Henry Cavill at D23.
Everybody was like, "Oh, they're gonna announce the Fantastic Four casting." Nope. He's like, we don't got no news. Fuck off.
It was actually pretty lackluster.
They're not maintaining. I thought they were going with John Krasinski and shit. They're not.
No.
I hope not. God, no.
From
Please,
my
no.
understanding, again, this is just reading what people have said. They basically said that Sam Raimi put John Krasinski in the Doctor Strange movie.
Just
because of reshoots.
Yeah, but it was just fan
it was like
service.
it was also fan service because originally it was actually Daniel Craig as Baldur the Brave, and no one knew, which is hilarious. They're like, "Who the fuck is Baldur the Brave?" And so they cut him out.
Craig.
Yeah.
Finbar is still. He says, "What? They're lining up together in the graphic? Yeah, they're just standing together in a picture."
Mm-hmm.
Marvel's known to do stuff like that, right? He could be technically on the team and then not on the team. We'll see. We'll see when the movie hits.
The promotional material, though.
Yeah. Several castings were announced for the Jake Schreier directed film will close out Phase 5 of the MCU. They include David Harbour, which you know is Red Guardian, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, which is Fontaine, whatever the hell her name is.
Really?
Yeah, she's been in the Marvel Universe as she's putting together the team. She's the Nick Fury of the Thunderbolts.
Oh,
I'm
just saying. I'm just saying that she's kind of been like in nothing recently, right? What was the last thing she did? Was that show?
Yeah,
that was really big. Yeah,
yeah. I think she was in something else. I think she was in a movie or something after. Yeah.
Wyatt Russell, U.S. Agent. Florence Pugh, Black Widow. Sebastian Stan, Winter Soldier. Hannah John Kamen. I think that's the Ghost.
Ghost.
And Olga Kurylenko, which plays Taskmaster.
Mid. This is trash lineup.
It is pretty.
When I saw that, I was like, God fucking damn it.
So I'm
This
guessing
is the biggest L.
that the Abomination is going to be reserved for World War Hulk. He's not going to be in the Thunderbolts.
Mm-hmm. And there's no Red Hulk. There's going to be no Red Hulk, like I told everyone.
I think he's going to be in World War Hulk too. Again,
I really think if they're not going to recast T'Challa, they can't be hypocritical and recast Red Hulk.
Well, they don't have to recast. They could just have a CGI Red Hulk.
Still doesn't matter.
But yeah, I agree with Tony on that. They
Just
could do that.
never show him in human form, right?
Right.
They said the same thing. You said the same thing about Black Panther.
I did, but I'm not in charge.
All I'm saying is it's definitely not going to happen.
I think that what's his name? The guy who plays Baron Zemo. I think he's going to be in the movie,
Mm-hmm.
but I think they're going to keep it quiet because he's going to show up as Citizen V, the superhero identity that he used in the comics to protect.
But you know how dumb that would be, though?
No, but I think he's going to eventually reveal that it's actually Zemo in disguise.
Sure, but I mean, like everybody who's read a comic is literally going to post that on Twitter, and people who don't know, they're going to realize, oh, okay, that makes sense.
But that's why I think they're not going to show you anything about him. He's just like, you're not going to know until the movie comes out that he's in the movie.
I just think it's a terrible choice. This whole lineup needed like a lot more heavy hitters. It needed a punch. A lot of these people do the exact same shit. You're like, in terms of power wise.
Well, they need there's no one here between these people, between David Harbour, Wyatt Russell, Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, Hannah John Kamen, and Olga Kurylenko. None of them screams like main star fucking.
Yeah.
You know.
This seems like Disney Plus.
It does.
Sometimes that's a good thing, though.
The underdogs kind of thing.
This to me sounds like Disney Plus or a really cheap sequel to Black Widow.
But here's the thing, Bob. Like even the Avengers, if you watch it, it's Iron Man pushes that movie forward, like he's the focal point. Who here is like someone that's strong enough to carry the movie, right?
It's going to be Yelena.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Everybody else is kind of like not really big actors who can carry a
Bar
movie.
says, "Watch the." I seen the panel. I seen the thing. Seen the graphic where he's standing next to them. Seen it all. I still think that he might be on the team at the very beginning, and then like mid movie he's off the team, or he's on the team to infiltrate the team. He's not really on the team.
I think this team would be better. Well, two ways. One, if you remove Red Guardian and just put Songbird, I'd be like, oh, okay, at least it's a little bit better. And then another way is this should have been like Dark Avengers. Like it should have been like everybody was like a reverse. Like you can even put Bullseye as Hawkeye. You could bring in Justin Hammer as Iron Man instead of Norman Osborn. That's what they should have done. That would have been way more interesting. Where you're like, oh, the villains are the Avengers now. How's that going to play out?
Here's the thing, right? And again, we're still early before this movie gets even shot or anything. Ironheart, the Ironheart TV show that's coming out, the movie or whatever the fuck it's going to be. One of the people in it is going to be Ezekiel Stane, which is Obadiah Stane's son, and he has his own armor. So, there could be more additions to the Thunderbolts, and they just haven't announced them because these characters haven't been introduced, right? They can't start telling you, "Hey, this guy's going to be in the movie." Like, well, who the fuck is he? He hasn't shown up in anything yet.
But it would. I don't know. That's hard to believe because it's Marvel. Like they would be like, here's this character, and you can watch them first on this Disney Plus series, and then it makes sense, right? And then it's like, oh, okay, this is how the dots are
have they
connected.
started shooting the Thunderbolts yet?
No.
Well, it could be a case of like they're gonna well, let's see if anyone else is good. Like we'll put out the Ironheart show, and if people like Ezekiel Stane, all right, we'll throw him in the fucking movie, right?
I just find it hard to believe that the lineup isn't complete. Like that's a lot of people on their team, and the problem with Eternals was there was too many characters.
It would be wild if they came out at Thunderbolts, the Dark Avengers title change. Like
that would be sick.
I thought it was going to be a combination of the two concepts. Like you said, like there was going to be the Thunderbolts, but at the same time, it was going to be, evil Captain America, evil Black Widow, evil Hulk type thing.
Like that makes so much more sense. That's more marketable. And on top of that, too, it's not like the Suicide Squad. That's like a totally different concept.
Because Wyatt Russell is U.S. Agent, Florence Pugh would be your Black Widow.
Captain America.
No, that's Wyatt Russell. He's Captain America. Florence Pugh is your Black Widow. I didn't think David Harbour was going to be in it, or Sebastian Stan. The Ghost and Taskmaster. Taskmaster could be your Hawkeye. Theoretically.
I think it would have been if they pulled out and it was Bullseye, people would be like, "Oh, you see, that's why they're doing the Daredevil series and blah blah blah." It would have been a lot more better received.
All right, moving on because we're taking forever on this.
We'll be here forever.
Indiana Jones 5. A trailer was shown to the crowd for the 5th installment of the lucrative 41-year-old franchise. Star Harrison Ford addressed the room and also revealed that this will be his last time playing America's favorite archaeologist.
Can we go ahead? Finish. Sorry.
I'm done, he said. I will not fall down for you again.
If he fall down, he's going to die.
Okay, so are you done?
With that, yeah. I'm done with that line, yes.
No, hold on. There was a trailer. Have you guys seen the trailer?
No. It was in Hall H, which no one else was allowed to show the
Oh, so it was behind the closed doors. Okay.
So it'll probably leak out in a couple of days.
You know what's dumb about this Indiana Jones, though?
Besides it being Indiana Jones and he's old? What's dumb?
Right.
The title.
Geriatric Jones.
The title is just called Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's stupid. They do this all the time where they're like, okay, let's stop giving it numbers and let's just go back.
Well, they didn't.
Indiana Jones doesn't
have numbers. None of them have numbers.
Yeah.
Well, you get what I'm saying. They're not titling it like it's a.
They don't really have an excuse here. There's no excuse.
No,
for
but I'm just saying, like, well, well, they're all titled, right?
Yeah,
I guess
they all
so.
have
Yeah,
subtitles.
so
Indiana Jones.
that's
Raiders
right.
of the Lost
Yeah.
Ark, The Last Crusade, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Well, this is the one where he dies, so it's all about Indiana Jones.
Maybe it's
Lame.
just it's going to be Indiana Jones. Please watch this movie. The last one didn't count.
I think it'll be a good movie, but title-wise, it's just dumb.
It might not be the last
final
one.
title.
Yeah.
Isn't
Might
the
be-
title
That's what I
of
heard it
Indiana
was,
Jones just Indiana Jones?
I'm telling you,
Mhm.
maybe it just focuses more. I don't fucking know. That doesn't.
Because
You're right.
the way
You're right.
that
Now
they
that
presented it,
right. Yeah. Now
It-
that I'm thinking
it-
about it, it's kind of stupid.
it
Well,
sounded like a placeholder, but people were saying no, that's actually the title that they were saying on stage.
Well, this would be the only one that's actually called Indiana Jones, though, theoretically.
Hmm.
Because the first one's Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Right.
No Indiana Jones. The second one is Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. And then it's Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade, Indiana Jones, The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
It's just confusing. Let's just keep it real.
But it wasn't The Last Crusade, was it?
Yeah, it was, Bob. They're going after the cup.
I know. I was making.
He was making a joke.
But
It was actually a good joke too.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks, Blinded. I thought it was bad.
It was pretty funny.
It was pretty
Yeah.
good. Indiana Jones is weird though because the Ark of the Covenant exists, and the chalice, the cup exists, right? So they pretty much are like, yeah, God exists. It's 100% accurate, the Bible, but also aliens. I live in another dimension in the Crystal Skull. And you would think
Stop trying to ruin that movie for me, Tony.
but I'm saying, like, if the Ark of the Covenant exists, right? You would think, like, if you were Indiana Jones, right?
I get what you're saying.
Wouldn't you be like telling everybody, fucking God exists, stop believing in other shit because Jesus is real and the Bible was accurate and the fucking Ark of the Covenant is real, right?
Yeah, but like any smart person would be like, well, I'm going to sound like a crazy man running around telling.
Yeah, but he
everyone
doesn't
this.
even, like, it's just like, whatever. It's a thing.
Hey, it's fantasy. Anything goes.
I mean, he'd have to like have some evidence, and it seems like he's too much of a boomer to whip out his smartphone.
I don't think there were smartphones back then.
Oh, are they all set in the past, isn't it?
But he melted all the Nazi guy melted. They put the Ark of the Covenant in like a warehouse somewhere, Bob. They know it exists. It exists. It's like in a government facility. They're like, we're not going to tell anybody Jesus is real. Just put that away somewhere in a box. Willow, a new trailer for the reimagining of the 1988 fantasy classic was shown, and Christian Slater was revealed as a cast member. He joins an ensemble that includes Warwick Davis, Joanne Whalley, Ruben Cruz, Aaron Kellerman, Ellie Bamber, Dempsey Brick, Amar Chadha Patel, and Tony Revolori.
Well, Tony, why do you hate Christian Slater?
Why do I hate Christian Slater?
I heard you talking mad shit about the man. You said he's too old and he should leave. He should stop making movies.
I just said, why do they keep bringing these old actors back? Like, he's not like I'm like,
That's slander.
Shit, Christian Slater, let's fucking like.
That's slander, man. You can't say that about Christian Slater.
What is Christian Slater's big movie that you're like, yes, this is fucking
not a big show. Mr. Robot was fantastic.
I've never seen Mr. Robot.
Oh, Mr. Robot was brilliant.
Maybe that's
Loved
what it
it.
is. I mean, what is like the quintessential Christian Slater?
Dirty Dancing or whatever. No, was it
Dirty Dancing?
What's that? Heathers?
Heathers, yeah, he's pretty decent at Heathers. Young Guns too.
Mm.
Hey,
he's gonna have a comeback. It's like Brendan Fraser and Keanu Reeves.
You know what? He's actually really good in Jimmy Hollywood. I love that fucking movie.
Mm.
He was definitely much better of an actor like now than he was before.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I agree.
I would hope so. I would hope that he's a much better actor now.
He's matured and he's grown into it better, I feel.
I'm gonna tell all these facts to Tony, and then he's gonna say the same thing in 2 months.
Yeah, I'm like, who the fuck's Christian Slater? Fuck that guy. But he is good in Heathers. I'll give you that. I like Heathers. He was in something else. What the hell am I thinking of that he was in?
Ferngully, The Last Rainforest.
No, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. He was actually pretty decent. So he's joining that cast for some reason. Also, this is the guy that plays Flash Thompson. That Tony Ravallo plays Flash Thompson in Spider-Man.
Interesting.
The new ones. It's like every Marvel actor is going over like to fucking other Disney stuff. Because the chick from the Winter Soldier series, the one that plays like the
Oh yeah, she was in Solo.
well, she's also going to be in Willow.
Oh fuck! You see, this is how they grab them.
And so 20th Century says Avatar Way of the Water. The crowd was treated to a load of footage from James Cameron's long in the works sequel to one of the highest grossing films of all time. Disney live action Mufasa the Lion King. The prequel's title was announced and a sneak peek was shown in the room.
Terrible title.
I thought that was a meme. I didn't realize that was real.
It's real.
It's real.
The Little Mermaid new teaser trailer unveiled. Is this? Oh, this is live action. Why would there be a live action prequel that we're not even going to get an animated prequel first, right? Like,
It's Disney, man. Also,
Hocus 2? What the fuck?
Yeah, have you not heard about that? It's been on the cards for a while.
I have not. Who's going to be in this? Is that chick coming back? She's like old as fuck now.
I don't even know who's on the cast of that movie.
Are they still going to make fun of the virgins?
Probably.
That was the whole point.
Is this coming to Disney Plus?
Yes, it's Disney Plus.
Yeah, then probably.
Vanessa Shaw. Is she coming back? She was hot back in the day. She was in that and Ladybugs.
No clue. They've been when does it come out? Oh, the end of this month. Shit. Okay, that explains it. They've been promoting the fuck out of that movie.
I must have missed that somehow. Shows how much I fucking pay attention to shit.
It's funny when you're not looking for something, you see it everywhere. When you're looking for it, you never find it. It's weird.
Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy the Jimmy are coming back. And Doug Jones. Midler. I didn't even realize Doug Jones was in the first one. Yeah, I guess it's a new cast, new kids. So it's going to be basically the same movie, just 29 years later. Excellent. Fucking excellent.
Classic Disney.
Hyped.
Disenchanted. First trailer for the sequel that premieres exclusively on Disney Plus. Is that?
This is bizarre. This is a sequel to a movie that came out, I don't know, 15 years ago with Amy Adams.
Oh, that's the sequel to that?
Yeah.
Disenchanted.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
Because Enchanted was the first movie. This is Disenchanted.
I'm getting confused because then there's like Disenchantment. Like
that cartoon. That's what I thought it was at first.
Yeah, same.
The premise of that is 15 years after her happily ever after, Giselle, Robert, and Morgan moved from Manhattan to a new house in the suburbs. The community is overseen by Malvina Monroe, who has nefarious intentions for the family. When problems arise, Giselle wishes that their lives were the perfect fairy tale. The spell backfires with Giselle rushing to save her family and her homeland of the kingdom of Andalasia before the clock strikes midnight. Wow. Sounds lame. The first movie was lame as fuck too. But...
Gary agrees. That's why he left.
Is that why he left?
So fuck this shit.
He donated his salary to River Phoenix's family favorite charity on an interview for that. Thank you. I didn't know that. Right. But still, Christian Slater should not be in Willow. I'm just saying. Animated films. Elemental. Lead actors revealed and release date for Pixar film set June 16th. Elio, new Pixar feature film about an 11-year-old dreamer who will also feature America Ferrera. Adrian Molina is director, and Mary Alice Drum is producer. The plot. Elio is an artistic, creative, and an avid indoorsman who finds it hard to fit in. Meanwhile, mom Olga, who runs a top-secret military project, is working to decode a strange signal from outer space. But it's Elio who makes contact, gets beamed into space, and subsequently mistaken for an intergalactic ambassador for Earth. Wow, that sounds really dumb. I'm sure it's going to be good for Pixar, but like that whole explanation of like 11-year-old dreamer who has a mom who works at a secret organization and he goes into space. Inside Out 2? Why?
Yeah. Apparently, some of the casts are not actually coming back. Like Bill Hader's not coming back.
But is it like supposed to be like the same kid, or is it just gonna be like Inside Out 2 in name only?
I have no clue. Is there a synopsis or no? Oh,
No.
that's all they get. Then, yeah, they didn't talk about it then. I actually don't even like Inside Out.
It's okay. I mean, the Bing Bong part is sad.
I thought it was just like all around weak for a Pixar movie.
Yeah, because it was basically like fucking that other movie. That was the previous Pixar movie. What the fuck was it?
The one that just came out? What do you mean?
No, the one that came out before Inside Out. There was another one. That was
before Inside Out.
I don't even remember. What, 2016? No. When did Inside even come out? Wasn't it 2017?
15.
Oh, 15. Oh, fuck. I don't remember.
I know there was another movie that came out that was like basically the same. Maybe it came out after Inside Out. Maybe I'm in reverse.
Like, what's the premise? Like, I'm
The premise of
confused.
Inside Out is like a little girl who's
No, the movie you're talking about.
basically the same thing. It might have been like a short film or something. I'll figure it out later.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I'm really confused.
Inside Out 2, Amy Poehler as Joy is the only thing that's been announced. So there's that. Strange World, new trailer release for Disney animation feature film. I don't know what that is. Wish.
That looks interesting, but I think it's going to bomb.
Walt Disney Animation Studios' next original feature film is revealed as its fall 2023 release. Directors Chris Buck and Fawn V outline the story, which is set in Rosas, the kingdom of wishes, where wishes can literally come true. It centers on a 17-year-old Asha, Ariana DeBose, don't know who the fuck that is, who makes an impassioned plea to the stars, which is answered by a cosmic force, a little ball of boundless energy called Star. Together they face the most formidable foe to save her community and prove that when the will of one courageous human connects with the magic of the stars, wondrous things can happen. Alan Tudyk, who is awesome, will voice a goat named Valentino. Julia Michaels is writing all the songs. Film was written by Jennifer Lee. Peter Del Vecchio produces, and Juan Pablo Reyes co-produces. Sounds awesome. I think I'm over kid movies now. This is the big stuff here. Ironheart, Shakira Barrera joins the cast. Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams. Premiere date to be announced. Secret Invasion, full trailer. Saw the trailer. Looked okay.
Pretty decent. I thought it was decent.
I just don't know. There's so much speculation because the Kree were trying to eliminate the Skrull because the Skrulls were able to shape change, but we were told that the Skrulls are good guys and they're just, wanting to get along, but now they're kind of bad guys and they're going after Don Cheadle. And they said Secret Invasion is going to lead right into Armor Wars. So are the Skrulls trying to steal the Iron Man technology? Or?
Well, my mate Mobius came up with the theory, which I think, or we both came up with this theory. Like the Skrulls we saw were refugees in Captain Marvel, so we're wondering if there's like another like set of Skrulls who are like separate who come to Earth afterwards. I'm wondering if that's going to be the case,
or it could just be the same Skrulls because there's a 30-year. Actually, no, it's more than 30 years. It's almost like a 4-year time jump.
Right.
So who knows what they were doing? They probably were like, "Oh, we're good guys," and then 40 years of, pretending to be, infiltrating and doing shit. Yeah.
True.
Who knows? I think
it's going to be one of those situations where you're like, "Wait a minute, they're actually doing it for a good reason. They're trying to steal the Iron Man technology."
Oh, I hope not.
I think it's
cliche.
If it has something to do with the Iron Man armor, I have a feeling they're going to introduce the Stark, which is a race of aliens that uses Iron Man technology in the Guardians of the Galaxy comic book. They're one of the main villains from that original run. And I do know that they were talking about making a not Guardians of the Galaxy, but what they call themselves, the Ravagers, in that movie, the original lineup. With Sylvester Stallone in them. So that could lead into that. I'm just throwing wild shit out now. Armor Wars, Don Cheadle reprises his role as Colonel James Rhodes in a standalone series that will show the character in a whole new light.
Lame.
Yeah. Also, Secret Invasion, I don't think they're going to have a whole bunch. Like, everyone's expecting, like, all these, like, oh, no, like, Iron Man turns out to be a fake, or Captain America. I think it's going to be too expensive for them to, like, all right, bring in fucking Chris Evans, put him in full Captain America outfit for, like, 1 5-minute scene.
Yeah, and, I think that's going to piss off a lot of people because it's like, why use the title Secret Invasion? You know what I mean? Like, Marvel always does this. It's just really annoying.
Loki, Ke Huy Quan, which is Short Round, joins season 2 cast of Disney series starring Tom Hiddleston, Owen Wilson, and Sophia Di Martino.
Only Marvel show that I'm actually hyped about because the first season was good.
It was. Echo cast members: Aloqua Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio, DeVry Jacobs, Graham Greene, Cody Lightning. Damn, that's a fucking name right there. Chask Spencer hosted a special look at the upcoming series that also stars Tantoon Cardinal and Zahn McLaren. I heard something about they showed the Kingpin with like an eye patch or something.
All right.
Yeah,
Cody
he got
Lighting,
shot in the eye.
Yeah.
Cody Lighting's got to be a stage name actor.
No, I think that's the father.
I
think that's because he's a Native American.
Yeah. Yeah, they have names like that, Bob.
That's
It's kind of.
Go ahead.
Oh, from my understanding, I might be wrong. Sometimes it's like a part of their like tribe or clan.
Yeah.
Sometimes, so that also might be a reason. It depends because there's so many.
Canadian. He's a Cree from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. He's also the son of Georgina Lightning and the brother of William Lightning and Christy Lightning. He's actually he's not the father. He's playing a to be announced. Maybe he's going to be like a brother or something of Echo. Because they said something about they're going to explore her Native American roots in the series. So it might be like a flashback. He's playing like a young Echo father or whatever the hell his name is, the character.
I don't understand why they would make an Echo show, to be honest. I mean, we said this before. It just doesn't sound appealing.
MCU.
Oh no.
Daredevil Born Again, which is going to be where Daredevil hands over the mantle of Daredevil to Echo. Because that's why it's Born
crazy.
Again. Because
oh man.
Kevin Feige and co-star Vincent D'Onofrio discussed the upcoming Disney Plus series. We're eager to chat about the new Disney Plus series starring Charlie Cox. Production will begin 2023. Werewolf by Night, that looked pretty fucking awesome.
Hold on. This does look interesting, but this is my problem with this. This looks like a student film, and it doesn't help that it's a first-time director. Yeah, it looks really like, yes, it is cheap, but it looks really cheap in a bad way. And all these people are like, oh, listen, I get the style that they're trying. It looks like a grindhouse movie. Doesn't really look like a 30s and 40s Universal horror movie. It just looks like someone filmed it, put it in black and white, and put some grain on it. It looks really bad. Like it doesn't even look like they thought about doing that while they were on set. And some of the shots just look so it really does look like a student film. But the premise of it sounds interesting. I don't think it's going to be executed properly.
Well, the premise is that they're hunting the werewolf by night.
Mm-hmm.
They showed off.
They don't know.
Yeah, they showed off. Man Thing is also in.
Mm-hmm. And what's her name? Elsa Bloodmoon.
Bloodstone.
I always get it wrong.
But
it'd be interesting if her dad's in that.
She's not redheaded.
Yeah.
What does Marvel have against redheads? Jesus.
You got Black Widow for a while till she went blonde.
For a while. Mm-hmm.
And then she went blonde, and then she died. Spoiler. The Halloween themed program starring Gail Garcia Bernal and Lauren Donnelly. Marvel Studios' first TV special was revealed along with the trailer and an October 7 premiere date. Is that really the first TV special? Are they not counting the I Am Groot stuff and the other little smaller things?
Yeah, this is like a pilot, 1 episode thing. It's weird.
I think what they're going to do is they're going to have it like an anthology thing where it's like every year it's a different horror type thing.
That would be cool. Just get better people to direct it. Yeah. Don't like give it to like it's this composer, I forget his name. We'll just give it to him. It's like yeah, like I don't care if he's made good scores. He's not a director. Like let him direct his films first, and then he can do something like this.
All right, we got to hurry up. We're fucking almost at 4 hours. Andor, the final trailer for the Disney Plus series starring Pedro Pascal, was released. It looked pretty good.
Boring.
Is that going to be Mandalorian Pedro Pascal, or is he playing a different character?
Oh, I think this is wrong. It says the final trailer for the Disney Plus series starring Pedro Pascal for Andor.
Oh, wow, that's extremely yikes. It's not Pedro Pascal. It's what's his name? I forget his name. I mix him up with Pedro Pascal and that other guy that was Ghost Rider. Is it Gabriel? No, it's not Gabriel Luna.
No.
Diego Luna.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big yikes deadline, mixing up Hispanic actors.
Big yikes. Mandalorian, a trailer for season 3 of the Disney Plus series starring Pedro Pascal. That guy's in everything. Look, he's in fucking That trailer looked good too. I think there was a little too much of the other Mandos in it. It looks like it's going to be.
I think it needed a wow moment. It felt too samey.
Yeah.
Not to say it's not going to be bad, but
yeah, but it looks like it's taking a totally different direction. Like the first 2 seasons is Lone Wolf and Cub, right? You got Mando and fucking. Now this is like no, there's all these other, and he's just gonna like do regular stuff. It's no longer like a fucking travel movie type thing.
Yeah, I also think it was a mistake yanking Baby Yoda away from Luke.
Well, I think they had to because then it doesn't fit. Like everyone's gonna be like, "Where's Baby Yoda? Why didn't Baby Yoda stop the fucking whatever the hell those bad guys were from the Disney trilogy?" Star Wars: The Bad Batch, season 2 of Disney Plus Star Wars Universe animated series about the elite and experimental clones of the Bad Batch was pushed from September 28th to January 4th. Ooh. Tales of the Jedi. This looked stupid. Tales of the Jedi, the short-form animated anthology series set in the Star Wars universe. It looked like it's focused a lot on Dooku and Ahsoka, with a little bit of Windu in there.
The only thing I care about from Star Wars is Mandalorian. Everything else is trash to me.
There was another thing from Star Wars that they showed off.
I think it was the Skeleton Crew.
Yeah. And they showed off a little bit for Ahsoka.
No.
I'm surprised. Well, I don't know why that's not here. Disney Plus, American Born Chinese. Okay. Big Shot.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. John Stamos is in it, so I guess. Iwalju, an all-new original long-form series created with Pan-African comic book entertainment company Kugali.
Okay.
I don't know. They're not really giving me anything other than that. The Muppets Mayhem, the comedy series from the Disney branded television ABC signature, will hit streamer in 2023. National Treasure, Edge of History. Because that's fucking
Complete farce.
Yeah.
Prom Pact, first look at a new movie from the Disney branded television. The Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, season 2 coming. The Santa Clauses. First look teaser released for the original series starring Tim Allen.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
It already jumped the shark at the third one.
Hey, I thought Disney doesn't work with Tim Allen anymore.
They hate Tim Allen. That's why they made him go in the Santa Clauses. They're like, we're gonna punish you. Win or Lose, Pixar's first ever long form series announced Will Forte is joining voice cast. Zootopia Plus.
Let's go.
New
Is this going to have porn? Is it going to have porn in it?
No.
That's what Resident Evil told me.
Best in Snow. Wow. Hosted by Titus Burgess. I like Titus Burgess. He's funny as fuck. And he's going to be in, what the hell was they announced that he was going to be in? It was like a remake of something.
Hey, Max.
No clue. What's up, Max?
Fucking Max. That's not Max. He's on vacation.
He's at the
lake.
Nothing cool happened at D23, Max. You missed it. Nothing. And I'm not just saying that. I'm like being literal. It was like fucking big.
Yeah, pretty uneventful. All the Marvel dudes were hyping this up, and it was like pretty disappointing.
Well, what's his name hyped it up? Bob Iger, I think. Or Chad.
I seen so many of these Marvel fans. Oh, this is gonna be huge. It's gonna be like Comic-Con. They're gonna reveal all this shit.
Well, because dude hyped it up. The fucking Disney guy was like, "This is gonna be the biggest, best fucking D23 ever. It's gonna be fucking wall to wall."
Oh, you mean Bob Chapek? I think Bob
Chapek.
Chapek said. Yeah, he got booed, which was hilarious.
Teletubbies. That's what fucking Titus Burgess is coming out in. A reboot of the Teletubbies.
Is it gonna be gritty and directed by Christopher Nolan?
Probably.
I hope so.
Pentatonics around the world for the holidays. And that's what I've been fucking.
What's a
Unfortunately, Max, Cavill is not in the MCU.
Yeah, no Cavill. No Cavill.
Yeah, they were hyping that up too.
Pentatonics is a group that does mostly covers, and they do it in a cappella style.
Yeah.
The Hip Hop Nutcracker.
Sorry.
I love how that's the thing that made Bob crack.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Hip Hop Nutcracker.
Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. First trailer unveiled for the Disney television animated series. Apparently that's...
Why is this taking so long?
It's going to be canon, though, or something, from what I heard.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Under Wraps 2.
That makes sense.
I don't even know what Under Wraps was.
No Wolverine game, Max. No Spider-Man 2. Nothing.
Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures. And that's it.
Wow. Pretty uneventful.
Yeah. From the game stuff, it was basically a lot of mobile games, a little bit of the Midnight Suns, and then some like Disney racing game. That was basically
And the
that
Black
4-player
Panther.
Yeah, the Black Panther, Captain America thing that we knew about like days ago, and the
Well, there's also
four-player Mickey Mouse.
There were rumors of them announcing an Iron Man game.
Well, EA just
GameSpot
said
even.
they're making an Iron Man game.
EA actually came out and said that?
Yeah.
When?
Earlier today.
Yeah, it's
No, it wasn't EA. It was Jeff Grubbs who came out and said that Motive is making an Iron Man game.
Well, no, it's
Which
EA
pretty
rumored Iron Man game will be revealed reportedly at D23.
Yeah, that was GameSpot. Then it was wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
GameSpot is the one that put out that, and it was like, whoa, where did this come from? So it was like, oh, okay, it might actually happen, and then it didn't.
Well, it said according to an Axios gaming source.
I mean, they still published it though. It's GameSpot.
Well, a lot of people published it.
Sure, but they were the
Lifestyle, Gamer
they were
Rants.
the first source. That's what I mean. If you trace it back.
Update: it's claimed that EA's Iron Man project is in the early stage of development and will be revealed at D23.
Oh,
I guess that didn't come true.
There's a lot of Marvel games in development, so
Gary's back. What's up, Gary?
see, he hated that whole lineup. It was terrible.
Oh, I had a phone call. Sorry, guys.
No problem. All right. So that was the D23 stuff. The last thing to go over, obviously, is just the fan polls. We had a couple of polls. We'll hop on over to them real quick, get that knocked out of the way, and then we'll play some games.
I think I actually took a poll this week.
Pardon?
Did you take a poll again? Is that why you've been in a bad mood?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I didn't quite think that sentence out before I said it, did I?
No.
Cranking it, taking polls. Come on, Gary.
It's what I do.
It's what you do. All right. So, in case you missed it, I did review Chenso Club. Check that out. So the first poll was, what's up, meatbags? Quick question. Do you want your significant other to play games?
Oh, that's the one I took.
62 votes. 55% said yes, that would be awesome. 15% said no.
No.
Gaming is my thing. They don't want to share their thing with other people. 19% said I'm single but want a gaming partner. 11% said I'm single but don't want a gaming partner.
I've said this before. You go up your game, lads. You can convert girls into gamers. Target their nostalgia first and ease them in.
But they said they don't want it. They said they don't want it.
Well, the ones who think it would be awesome, which is the majority.
No, here's the problem with it, and I'll explain it. Okay?
I know what you're going to say.
Got my own video games, got my own retro collection. Then the old lady thinks, hey, I want to play some of his games. Starts getting into my stuff. Now, not every gamer's the same. Some people leave discs laying around. Some people are not quite as organized. I'm very particular. Yeah, nobody's touching my stuff. But I mean, it's not just that though. Like, you'd have to share I only got one PS5. I gotta share the PS5 with the girlfriend.
I saw on Reddit the most bizarre thing where this couple bought 2 OLED screen TVs, two of PS5. Yeah, and it was like right beside each other, and it was like,
that makes sense.
That's amazing.
And well, hold on, that makes no sense. They had 2 sound systems.
Yes, it does.
Why?
It makes perfect sense, Blinded.
That makes no sense.
Maybe.
The 2 sound systems might be a bit far.
But here's the thing: what they can't split is the sounds. So who gets the higher volume? Like, hey, look, turn your fucking game down. I gotta hear my game.
She'd be deleting your progress and shit. No, it actually makes sense. And here's why it makes sense, except for the sound system, right? Because there's a lot of single player games, and you're like, hey, I want to play games, and you want to play games, but I don't want to play games with you necessarily right now, right? I want to play Elden Ring by myself, or I want to play like Spider-Man. right? Not everything has to be a 2-player game, and so 2 TVs. I used to have a big screen way back when I was married. I used to have a big screen, and it had the like picture-in-picture type thing. So you could actually set it up so like both sides were even. So on one side I would play my games, on the other side she would be watching her whatever fucking TV show. And you could pick which side had the volume, so she would have the volume.
Oh yeah,
listening to her TV show, and I'd just be playing games.
No, I couldn't do that. That would be distracting for me.
Yeah, same.
I need the full. Like I'm like, no, get the hell out of here for like a couple hours. Go get your nails done.
I couldn't play games on a big screen though. That's really hard for me to play.
Max says, me and the wife used to game together. Now she's with the VR, and I'm with the retro and action games.
She's with the VR. Huh? Really? I'm saying she's with the VR. That's cool.
VR.
Why? I get that, but that's still like she's more into the VR than the actual, the home console.
Poor Max. He said, we only play Mario Party together, and I don't really like Mario Party.
You don't like Mario? What kind of?
I don't like Mario Party.
What?
Boring.
Okay,
well, if you played the
Parties,
recent one, it's pretty good.
Okay, yeah, the recent one was good, but there for a while, a few of them, especially like the
Wii U ones were the Wii.
they were
Wii and the Wii U was
3D,
dog shit. And the 3DS.
And the 3DS one, right? When they like totally changed the formula, I think they've gotten back.
Those
to
were
the
dog
original.
shit.
Yeah, if you're getting like that original 64 gameplay style, then those are fun.
Play It Takes Two. It Takes Two is a perfect couch co-op. It even has a storyline about wives and husbands communicating. Your old lady.
Yeah, that's a pretty good game.
I've watched you play quite a bit of that, and that was enjoyable.
She kicks my ass at Mario Party. It's because you don't like it. You're just like,
you know what they need to bring back? They need to bring back Army of Two, another Army of Two game. God, that game was awesome. I love
that game. Sucks so much.
What? You're crazy.
Awful.
With multiplayer.
Okay.
Kane Lynch was another good one.
That was awful too.
Another call.
Bob.
Hold on. Gary's getting a call, and before we get into it, Finbar's throwing shade. Finbar says if he wants to escape into virtual reality, you got to ask yourself some serious questions there, Max. Sweet Wonder says for the comment of the night, he says, if only there was a console to bring you guys back together to play.
Oh man.
Let's move on. The next poll question was, are you excited for the upcoming Star Wars Andor series? 24% said hell yeah. 25% said no, Star Wars is dead. 51% said they just don't give a fuck. They don't care. That's democracy. God, I love democracy. So the overwhelming majority just doesn't care about Star Wars anymore.
I just love when Gary states an opinion. Ninja Kitty's there to say it sucks.
Is he?
Yeah.
Army of Two sucked badly. I tried playing it again the other month. It was super mediocre.
Yeah, and Kane Lynch is terrible, man. Like, it's okay. Like, if you're desperate for like a 2-player co-op game, it's fun for a bit. But the AI is bad. The graphics are bad.
And the last poll question of the night, which I'll probably leave up, and hopefully you guys can, get more votes in. Only 28 votes. Should the episode names for Gabbing with Geeks actually refer to the contents of the episode? Because I've just been throwing up any kind of name for the episodes. 43% said yes. The current titles are confusing. They have no idea what the hell we're going to be talking about. 57% said no. Title it whatever you want. They don't give a fuck. So there you go.
Next time, call it Cock and Balls and see what they say.
We should do a BDSM special.
Fan polls for the evening. We're going to be heading over. No after party. If you weren't here earlier, there is no after party. We're going to be just playing some games, gaming with geeks.
What game are you playing?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. To be honest, I've been busy live streaming discussion.
Well, we definitely know it's on Mario Kart because you suck at that game.
I do suck at that game. It's going to be something.
Well, you suck at all games. To be
You
fair.
guys should get like Fortnite. It's actually really fun now, especially with zero build. It's real chill.
I don't think I can.
Fortnite? No.
It's fun.
Missed the curb. Also, I don't think I could support that game.
Fair.
That's for like kids or something, right?
Aren't all video games for kids? We're definitely not the target market anymore. Well, actually, I don't know about that.
I
don't think that's true anymore.
Yeah, no, sorry, because like the average gamer now is like 35.
And living in the
All right, did I get canceled for that? Did I have a bad take there, guys? What's going on?
Ninja Kitty says he had a bad take. We're getting ready to end this stream. I will play Fortnite now that they got rid of building. We should.
Hell yeah!
All right.
I'll send you my Epic ID, Max, and we can play some games.
There is the link. I don't know what Gary's doing. Sounds like he's fapping it.
Something with polls again.
Being that meat.
There's the link to the next live stream. Hop on over. We'll be going over there shortly. I'm going to put something on the PS5. We are going to be discussing things, just having a good time, just hanging out. As always, thank you for watching. This went like 2 hours longer than I expected.
Oh my God, 4 hours.
Love, peace, booty grease. We out this bitch.